Hello everyone, welcome to IRC. This is round 14 here in Azerbaijan. Apologies, I'm a little late. I had to go and quickly Google how to spell Azerbaijan, but luckily it's on the screen in front of me. I hope you're all having a lovely afternoon, evening, night, or whatever time it is in the world for everyone out there. I certainly am looking forward to this one. This one's going to be a doozy of a race. It's one of my favourite... we've got, well, I've just been completely distracted by, the fact we've got two drivers with no names. Interesting. I've got to say, I've never had that before, so I'm really excited now. I've got to say, it's going to be a bit of a pick and mix, really, of what I'm going to call them, but hopefully it'll be something a bit appropriate, won't it? But yeah, as I was saying then, yes, this is going to be a great one. I really enjoy Azerbaijan here in Baku. This city, is it the City of Wind or City of Fire? I keep asking this, and I really need to find out what it's actually called. But whatever the case is, we are here in Baku and Win. We've got a car on the circuit already, and I've gone right around the other side as standard stuff, and it's Mason who's on circuit now in the Pink Panther or the Tracing Point, depending on what you like to call it. I like to just call it the Racing Point personally, as even though it does look very similar to the Mercedes of 2019, doesn't it? As it's just on an outlap at the moment. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This one's a cracking race, and also I'm very proud to say that this was my best ever performance in IRC, where I finished a remarkable 7th, I think, but I didn't cross the line because I retired. But never mind, it doesn't matter about that. It's the fact that I finished 7th, so I was over the moon, and that is my best. That's the best thing I've ever done in IRC in terms of a race. Anyway, so yep, no one's going to take that away from me, I hope. Anyway, absolutely fantastic stuff indeed, and I remember that I remember that for a very long time because it was a hard-old race as well. I got to say, I think I was the slowest in the field by a long margin indeed. Then. Right, I've done enough of me admin stuff then on trying to get this, trying to get all these streams up and running. But yes, we are here in Baku as well. Now you have my full, undivided attention as well, as I've also got to get the stream up on YouTube as well. Good gosh, there. There's so much contraptions in front of me. I struggle to know where I'm looking at the moment. But hopefully, all I need to do is I just need to look at what's going on the circuit itself. At this moment, then we have Mason, who is the man who's going to start us off around this adventure here in Baku, as we're just on board of him now and going into turn one then. Sprint just said evening Sean. Hello Sprint, I hope you're having a lovely time out there, and I hope you have a good race as well. So just watching Mason, and JJ's been disqualified for driving the wrong way, which is not a very good start at all, is it? So JJ is out of qualifying already. There he is, and now he has been disqualified. He is parked on the start of the just after the straight as well, after the pit straight, and JJ is out of qualifying. He has been disqualified straight from the get-go. That is not good at all, is it? From JJ's point of view, that's a shame then, and he's starting right at the back then. Luckily for JJ, I think that this is going to be a race of attrition. It's going to be a race of maybe it's going to be more luck than judgment in this one, but we'll soon find out, as I have no earthly idea who this is. But let's go on board with him anyway. I think it is Sprint. No, it's a Sprint. It is Sprint, I think it is anyway, as he is driving in the Alpha Tauri as well then, so lovely stuff indeed. It's a good job I got me big brain on today, innit? Otherwise I might be really struggling with this. But yeah, Sprinter on board of now. He hasn't got a name tag for some reason, so I'm thinking that the other Renault will be Hog, so we're on board of Hog now. I'm just trying to remember what his helmet looked like, and of course I do mean the one on top of his head. So just watching Hog, then he is coming down into the final part of the circuit as well. Back on board then with a Sprint, as he's now getting himself through the castle section as well. Mason back on board of now in the Racing Point, and he is coming up to the line, and it's a long drag then. If we get safety cars around here tonight, it's going to be a fantastic viewing experience for me. Probably be very difficult for the drivers out there, isn't it? It's probably one of the most difficult safety car starts in Formula 1, I would say, because it is such a long drag down there, isn't it? If you go too early, that's it. If you go too late, then you're just going to be well, you can't really go too much later, can you? But there you go. Yeah, I got to say, it's a very long, it's a very difficult safety car restart. It is indeed. And so I'm just having a couple of issues with the stream, so hopefully we'll get it going in a minute. But never mind. I'll leave it there for a minute. Right then. Anyway, enough about that then. So yeah, on board Sprint then, who has gone into 4th position then. Hogg is in 3rd position. Well, lovely stuff indeed then. What about Gaz then? In the McLaren. I do love Gaz's helmet there. Of course, it's the Michael Schumacher helmet from 1994. Or is it 5? And it's definitely one of the Benetton years, isn't it? But he's up in the 4th fast at the moment now in the McLaren. Lovely jubbly indeed then. We've also got Rizzle Sticks out there as well. So whilst we're on board of Rizzle Sticks, let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standing. Maxi, last time out, he won the race, if I'm not very much mistaken, and I am very much mistaken, because he had a 10-second penalty, didn't he? And he came in at 6th at the end, didn't he? I've really got to get me a thinking cap back on, because it was T. Sammy in the other Italian car, the Alfa Romeo, who won the race, didn't he? And of course, and he has narrowed the advantage right down to 10 points as well. So Maxi and T. Sammy looks like they're going to be head to head, isn't they, in this World Championship? And Rizzle Sticks at the moment now is 2nd fastest. And but remember, this is not to determine the grid for the top 15 drivers. This is to determine the grid from 16th to 18th. And here comes Snap then as he's back in the car, and it's great to see Snap back in the car as he's had a couple of races off, and he goes 7th fastest at the moment, just behind Val in 6th position in the Mercedes. He is second Mercedes at the moment. And here comes T. Sammy then, the world champion at the moment. Let's go back to the championship, shall we? And yeah, it is T. Sammy who is 2nd in the World Championship, 10 points behind then Maxi as it stands at this stage in history. Then we got Steve who is 35 points behind, then he's starting to drop off in 3rd position. Sprint and on a fantastic season. He is 47 points behind the championship leader, but he is now only 12 points behind Steve then. So Sprint now just showing he's got some incredible consistency, hasn't he? In 4th position. In 5th position is Timmy. Matt is down in 6th position. Roscoe 7th. Fizzy 8th, Asdog in 9th position, and Val has moved back into the top 10. They've got a big old ding-dong of a battle between Hogg, Val and Harry. Then there's 10th, 11th and 12th position as well. And then we have got, at the moment, then we've got Mason 7 points, Penny 6 points, Double on 4, PB 1, and Snap also on 1 point as well. Rizzle 6, JJ and Josh all haven't scored in this season just yet. In the constructors, then it is the AlphaTauri leading as Timmy has gone fast. Then 2nd fast, it's gone fast at the moment. At this moment, and of course Timmy has had a pole position earlier on in the season. What does T. Sammy do then? So we'll talk about the constructors in just a jiffy. But before we do, let's go on board then with T. Sammy. Then we're on board with him now. Then 2 DRS zones around here, and it's right at the beginning of the lap. Then T. Sammy goes 2nd fast at the moment now, and he's half a second away from Timmy at the moment. Then goodness me, Timmy looking very strong indeed. We're on board the man who's in the World Championship. AlphaTauri leading the championship. Then their incredible teamwork between Matt and Sprint this season has been absolutely phenomenal. Remember Monaco, what a magical day that was in IRC. Fantastic, wasn't it? Well, and of course that is why AlphaTauri are leading the construction because it's about teamwork as well as about individual skill in Formula 1 these days, isn't it? Alfa Romeo, the 2nd Alfa car on the grid. Then it's Alfa Romeo who is 2nd at the moment. They're not the Alfa Romeos at the moment now, are they? They are 16 points away. Ferrari in 3rd position, then Haas is 4th, then 5th is McLaren with Mercedes and Red Bull swap positions, and so Mercedes is up to 6th, Red Bull dropping down to 7th, Renault in 8th position, Racing Point in 9th, and Williams then are also yet to get off the market in 10th position as well. So that is the constructors then, and the driver standings then. Then we're halfway through this first qualifying session as well. We're on board with Steve as he is now coming out to the line. Let's see what he can do then. He is 3rd fastest on it. I've got to say, that first lap there from Timmy is really thrown the gauntlet down, hasn't it? We're on board the championship leader then. That is Maxi then. 8 Crows. Remember, he did have a 10-second penalty at the end of that race as well, but he had an adventurous race as well, didn't he? As he had a few scuffles, didn't he, in the Ferrari? But let's see what he can do as well. And I've got to say, his teammate Rizzle Sticks, I did mention now that he has not scored a point this season, but his qualifying performance has been absolutely phenomenal, hasn't he? He just needs to get that race pace sorted, doesn't he? And I can bet my bottom dollar that Rizzle Sticks will be getting on the points then before the end of the season. And I would even say that maybe tonight could be the night as well. He just needs to make sure he keeps it out of trouble, doesn't he? And I think that's got to be the same for the other 17 drivers out there. On board with Max says we're now coming down into turn 15 as well. That turn is infamous then. Of course, as it was Vettel and I was going to say Hill. Vettel and Hamilton there came the blows, didn't they, in 2017 there, when Vettel drove into the back of Hamilton, and then of course then he went side by side and hit Hamilton deliberately. So as he kind of lost his cool there, Sebastian Vettel did on that day, didn't he? And which was a bit unfortunate, really, wasn't it? And you make it out what you will then, but that was one of the flashpoints of that race, wasn't it? Here comes Maxi coming to the line. He goes full fast at the moment, Maxi does, as he's 2/10 of a second away from third place T. And the second time there for T Sammy is a lot better. Well, I say a lot better. He's 4/10 of a second quicker than his first time run. Good stuff indeed there for T Sammy. He is currently in second position. Matt almost into the Armco there. Goodness me, there. He was kissing that Armco, wasn't he? He was getting very wide in turn 15. Then into 16 as well then. Now then, he ain't going to touch the brakes then until turn 1 then, so the rest of the lap then he's got to thread it through the eye of the needle then, through these concrete walls there as well. And let's see what he can do then. He's currently 15 fastest at the moment then, and we are just waiting for the line as well. DRS, that is it, that is the last bit of action he's got to do in this lap. He's just got to point it to the finish line, and Matt goes into 9th fastest at the moment then. Just watching Roscoe then, who was in well, I got to say Roscoe had a very strong drive last time, didn't he? Last time in USA, but I think it came a cropper, didn't it, for Roscoe? Which is unfortunately, I think he had a DNF in the end as well. He didn't start in the Belgian Grand Prix, but it's good to see Roscoe back here tonight. As he clumps over the curbs then, and he's in the middle part of the lap as well. And you can see, even though it's quite a hot country in Azerbaijan, of course, where the track is more often than not shaded, isn't it, by the old town here in Baku. Is quite a splendid circuit, it really is, isn't it? Of course, we're in the old part of the city now, isn't it? Of course, the castle section there, very narrow indeed. I think it's more narrow than the narrowest point in Monaco. That's how narrow it is, and it's crazy to think that we're racing on in that part of the city as well, because I think that there's actually cobbles underneath there. There's Roscoe's in the wall, and that is end plate damage there for the Red Bull, and he is going to have to come back into the pits there, because that is a lot of damage there. And Red Bull then are going to have to change that nose cone, and he's going to have another bite of cherry. This is the second longest track in Formula 1, I believe, on the calendar this season. So just after Spa, so you've really got to put your toe down, haven't you? And Roscoe's going to have to start to really he ain't going to be able to hang around it, but he's carrying on this lap then, and he is in third fastest. So even with that mistake there, he is that's still a very good time actually from Roscoe. Goodness me! Remember all the understeer he would have had with that wing there. Roscoe then, I got to say, I think I'm going to put a cheeky bet on Roscoe. Maybe he could get a pole position by the end of this qualifying session as well. PB has left the session, unfortunately. Hopefully he can get back in the not too distant future. PB has only took part in one qualifying session so far this season. He's not really, I don't think he's a fan of qualifying, is he, PB? Double then is coming back into the pits there, just under 5.5 minutes to go. He has really cut it tight then as well. Here comes Gaz there. Oh, I got to say, he looked very gingerly going into that turn 3 there, didn't he? He didn't seem to have faith in the car, did he? Snappers looks like he's had a lot of faith in the second intermediate time, and he is 9/10 of a second up, and pushes the beam down to and he's got off there, and luckily there's a car park at the end of the end of the start finish straight there, so luckily he could get it out there. And he's doing a 3-point turn there, Snappers. He's 13th at the moment then, and he is safely through as it stands tomorrow, but there's still 5 minutes to go, and a lot can change there in the not too distant future as well. Ryan is saying hello, Shawnee baby. Hello Ryan, I hope you're having a lovely time indeed then. I think I was actually giving you a glowing reference just a minute ago there, and I do hope that you can get some points on the board here tonight as well. Here comes Gaz, and he is on his second lap now on those soft tires, and he's 6 seconds down now. I think they'll be coming back into the pits in the not too distant future then. So I think I think this lap is going to be abandoned, and he's going to go for one hot lap. Then he's only got time for one more lap, hasn't he? As Dog and Double have not set a time on PB. Standard stuff, who doesn't really set times, does he, in the first part of qualifying? Well, in the first qualifying at all, does he? So let's hope he can get that. Well, hopefully he can. I would like to see him come out really, because it's a tough track this is, and of course I haven't heard anything about the weather either just yet. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Only 2 cars out on track. I beg my pardon. There's 3 cars out on track there, and Steve there is on another lap. Then he's 21 hundredths of a second down on his first first sector split time now. Interesting stuff there. So he's going for a second run as well. I think that's new soft tyres there for Steeder as he is now coming into turn 15 then. We've seen Roscoe glancing the wall there earlier on, and I think that's Roscoe cruising back to the pits. No, it isn't. It's Snap. I apologise. Steve's had a good second sector though, hasn't he? He is 3/10 of a second up there. Now he's just got to worm his way through the concrete walls here in Baku. And now, oh, look at that. Look at the speed there. Incredible stuff, isn't it? As he comes up to the line. And is he going to improve his time? Well, as the second intermediate split time goes, I think he's going to insert himself into second position, if I'm not very much mistaken. And he does go second indeed. Good stuff indeed. Fizzy has retired from the session, but he's still in the qualified session mode now. Rachel has just said, here in rain in 10 minutes. Oh, goodness me. And that is going to be exactly, well, I wouldn't say exactly. That's going to be around the midpoint in qualifying too then. Interesting stuff indeed then. I'm looking forward to that one. So that one is going to be a cracker, isn't it? Oh, lush. I've got to say, I do love a bit of rain then, but when it's around Azerbaijan as well, it is going to be a tough nut to crack, isn't it? On board double at the moment, and he's down in 17th. Gaz is also out on an out lap as well. And JJ out of qualifying already. He got disqualified for driving the wrong way. I think he overshot turn 1 then. He was trying to come back on the circuit, but Codemasters there decided to disqualify him, which I think is very harsh if you ask me. But there you go. And Matt got disqualified, remember, in the Dutch Grand Prix as well, didn't he? For basically driving the wrong way when he spun at turn 1. And remember, it was a wet track that day as well, so obviously there's not really Codemasters, I've got to say, it's a bit brutal sometimes, aren't they, with their old ruling. So it's just now coming into turn 15 as well. Double is there. So at the moment we've lost, I think that Double might just be able to get a time in, and he should be through. Just needs a clean lap here, as I don't think PB is going to come out, and Azdog is not coming out either. So yeah, I think Double might be staring at a second qualifying 2 session here. And remember, Double also had a very good race in season 5 around here. I'm sure he finished 4th that season. It was a fantastic race, wasn't it? Of course, I think that there was also another infamous moment between Dave and Double, wasn't it? But of course, the less said about that, the better, as that does go down in folklore, doesn't it? Into turn 1 now. Double is lovely stuff as he swoops in then. And it's Ryan is saying it's a dry start to it's dry start to finish. Although Jeff is saying rain in 10 minutes, so who knows that? Look, I'm wondering who knows about the weather. Then is it does Jeff know about the weather, or is it the weatherman? You got to oh gosh, there it's going to be it might be a bit of a lottery here. I must say I'm starting to believe Jeff more though, because look at those clouds there. We can hardly see the clouds there through the buildings there, as we're on board with Double at the moment. And as he just needs a time in Double is, and he should be through. So as long as there's no incidents, this should be a good lap then for Double. Yeah, look at that then. There is a very overcast sky, isn't it? So yes, I think rain is on the horizon. It's Double almost into the barrier there, as I always get with Jinx as well, didn't I? So I gotta say, every time I do say something positive, they usually go on the walls. The commentator's cursor, isn't it? And I gotta say that is very much real, isn't it? Double then coming out of the old castle section as well. I'm enjoying this onboard footage here with Double, as now then he is now swooping through these very fast kinky kinks of the left-handers, and now before coming into turn 50 as well, breaking down into second gear before getting back on the power as well. There's still a bit of sunshine trying to burst through those dark clouds, but and look at this, you can tell how dark it is now. Look at how much those brake discs were glowing on car 97, which is the Renault car of Double as well. As he, oh goodness me, I thought Double was going into the wall then. Nope, he wasn't there. That was just the that was just a weird camera angle, wasn't it? And now he's drifting back over to the near side wall then. And let's see what Double can do then. Double's done a 43.4 there. He is the slowest of the times, but that doesn't make a difference there, because he is through. He's done the job. He is through into qualifying 2. That's all that matters there. Gaz has found half a second in the second section. That's a very good strong end effort there for Gaz then, as he was I think that's a very strong effort there for Gaz then, as he's trying to get himself in the best possible shape for qualifying 2, which is coming up in just a jiffy. And just confirming he was out of qualifying then. JJ got disqualified there for driving the wrong way. Then we got Azdog and PB also out as well. And unfortunately, Unfortunately for JJ, he wasn't really driving the wrong way, was he, as such? But he was just trying to get out. He was just trying to get it back into turn one on the correct part of the track there, really, as we see in the end of it. But unfortunately, JJ got disqualified for dangerous driving. Unfortunately for JJ, which is a shame. Then, so he's going to be starting 18th on the grid in this race. And look at those clouds there. Of course, Ryan was just saying then that Jeff reckons it's going to rain in 10 minutes. Same that Rachel Hughes also said the same thing as well. And of course, their monitors were saying that it was a dry race. But those black, oh goodness, we've already got rain. Oh goodness me! And you can see it's very light, so they're gonna have to get out. They have to get out there like get in there like swimwear, or on it like Sonic, haven't they? Because I think that the drivers there are they going to have to. This is where it's going to get very interesting, because qualifying 2 is also about the strategy calls as well, isn't it? We already see that sprinters on the medium tires. Is anyone else going to risk it on the medium tires? You have to fire them up though in these cooler conditions there. The Renault is also out as well, and I think that who is out, and that is Double, who's out on circuit first. This is a golden opportunity then for someone who might not have fancied themselves to get into qualifying 3, could sneak in there. Double's on the soft tires. We got an Alpha Tower behind who's on the medium tires. There's a couple of other drivers that is also thinking about those medium tires. Timmy has gone to the soft tires. It might be a one and done lap here. We're on board with Double once again then. Look at those rain spots there streaming off the camera there. Of course, the faster you go, the more it looks like it's raining heavier out there, doesn't it? As at the moment there, we see in the pit lane, it was very light, wasn't it? And you see we're off board there. We can hardly see the spots at the moment then, but on the visor of the driver there, it is streaming off, isn't it? It feels like it's a hailstorm out there. But of course, at the moment there, it's just light rain. So Double then is going to... Oh, look at that then. He's already sliding out. He touched the Armco there. He has to damage the car out. There's Timmy in the background as well there. So on this outlap as well, Double is trying to get some tyre temperature in those soft tyres, hasn't it? Of course, the soft tyres is going to be easier to fire up than the medium tyres, of course, then. But still then, Double there is just trying to get them as warm as possible, isn't he? You can see that's why he's hacksawing away at the wheel there. And he's trying to just generate some warmth into those soft tyres then. Who's on mediums then? Who's out on circuit? Well, we got the mystery man Sprint, who's on medium tires. Of course, he hasn't got a name there on his on the tower there. We have also got Gaz, who's also on the medium tires. Then interesting stuff indeed. Then and Staff is as well. Then everyone else is on the soft tires, and so they feel that the track position is key more than tire strategy as well. So just watching Double then. This is where it's going to be perilous. It's through the final part of the circle, isn't it? As there is only one breaking point in. Oh no! And that's a McLaren in the wall. It's Gaz. Gaz is in the wall, the castle section. Oh dear then. And that's not good at all. And we're on board with Double's teammate. I think this is Hogg. We're on board with him now, and I think we should let's take a look. There's the Ferrari's going to come into facility first. Gaz gone straight onto the castle section. That is not good at all. It's a yellow flag there in a sector. I think that's just the end of the lap. Then just staying with Double then, who is down. He's still got DRS available. So yeah, that is still a pivotal point in this race. In this qualifying session at the moment. Then on board Double then. Look at how tough this is going to be. We're on board with him now. Then look at that then, taking a couple of bites of the cherry, going through turn 4. Double is there, but he's doing a very good job indeed, isn't he, to keep it on the circuit. And unfortunately Gazo is the first victim of this wet weather running then here in Azerbaijan. Really is as well. Look at those fire towers there in the foreground, absolutely splendid, isn't they? Of course, it's one of the landmarks, isn't it, around Azerbaijan as they come through the castle section as well. Look how narrow it is. That has already caught someone out, and I feel that that's not going to be the last man, is it? Unfortunately for Gaz, he is going to be a spectator though for the remainder of this session. And down and Double, this is where it gets really difficult, isn't it? Where you're on full throttle, isn't it? Those painted white lines are going to be slippery, and they're going to be very slippery, and you've got to avoid them as much as possible. But on a street circuit, it is very difficult, isn't it? When they're almost everywhere, they're painted, of course, there, as it is the markings on a traditional road, isn't it? Now then, Double then, it's just got to finish off this lap, hasn't it? The rain hasn't got, it's heavy here. Oh, but I haven't said that. Then there's yellow flag, because I think that's a Ferrari who's gone off there. I think it is Rizzle Sticks. It is Rizzle Sticks there. then as Debris come off the Ferrari, then double then DRS is available. He's still got DRS and he comes across the line, and double is fastest at the moment then. Good 17 there for double, but Timmy might go faster. He does go fast because Timmy was catching quite a rate of knots there, only in the 44. So Matt has gone as fast as then. He's in the 43s there. It's all about being brave, isn't it? Sprint there has gone third fast then. Is also we got Hog, who is on circuit as well. What about Mason? Well, Fizzy's gone active. Fizzy's gone into third fast at the moment. Sprint on the medium tires, of course. Then he is in fourth position at the moment, and almost we've got yellow flags again. Then Roscoe has gone fast, and he is planted straight into the fastest time in this qualifying 2 session. And so we got Snap, who has just got into 7th fastest at the moment as well. What about the second Mercedes of Val then? He comes up to the line, and Val goes into 7th fast then. He's 2/10 of a second slower than double at the moment then. And that is, of course, doubled it on the better track conditions, of course, then. So that might be a major factor in this qualifying session as well. Just watching Mason then coming out of the final part of the lap as well. But I think that we're just watching Max. He's in for a position as well. What about Mason? What can he do then? He comes through the final part of the lap as well. And the rain, you can tell now as we're on board, Mason, it is getting heavier out there. T. Sammy comes across the line. T. Sammy goes third fast. Remember, he is the rainmaster of IRC, isn't he? Mason is abandoning his lap and coming into the pits there. Oh, goodness me, then. Is that going to be, that might be a major problem as well. We've got 10 cars that have set a time so far, 5 that hasn't, and one of them is, of course, the man who's third in the World Championship, which is Steve at the moment, so not good at all, is it? We're watching Mason then, who's just crawled back into the pits then. And now we're just on board with Snap and Owen. He is currently 10th fast then, and that's what he needs to do. Oh, look, there's sun breaking through the clouds then as well. And I'm wondering if this rain might just come and go, actually. So we might have a dry session towards the end of this one. Of course, we just heard Rizzle Stick say that, oh, yellow flag in Sector 2 then. That's because I think it's because of this man we're on board with now. Rizzle did say that that Jeff said it was going to rain then, whilst the weather report did say it was meant to be dry throughout this qualifying session. So it might be just a sprinkling of wet weather before they come back into the pits. So this is going to be very interesting to see what is going to occur then. Rizzlestick said is yellow flag, and Rizzlestick said, goodness me, that's a lot of energy he's putting into those medium tires here from Rizzlestick, isn't it? He is currently on those medium tires, well, so he's going to have to put a lot more effort in, isn't he? That's what he's doing there. He's shaking the car quite violently from left to right, isn't he? He wants to generate some tire temperature into those medium tires. We got Hog back out on circuit as well, as is Steve. So of course Gaz, unfortunately, out of the race there. He qualified, I should say that. Ooh, Rizzlestick there, giving an full opposite lock there, wasn't he? Goodness me there. I've got to say that felt more like Colin McRae, didn't it? Than a Formula 1 car, but goodness me then, I do love to see it though. And this is where the drivers really show their skill, don't they? Oh, and that's Steve who's in the wall, and Rizzlestick's also gone on the wall as well. And Steve there, who of course he's thrown in the championship. This is not good at all for the Haas car. He is damaged. Rizzlestick's also damaged as well, because we see him going quite heavily into the castle section. Rizzlestick has got no end plate, and nor is Steve as well. This is not good then, but is the rain stopping? We're on board then. Nope, the rain is still carrying on at the moment there. And of course that is oh, he's in the wall again now. See, as I've got to say, it's so difficult to race in these difficult conditions, isn't it? Of course, you just feel like a passenger sometimes, don't you? Where you're just driving into the walls there. Of course, as I see now, Rizzlestick and see that are very close together there. I've got to say, it's very nice to see that. But of course, we want to see them get a qualifying lap at the moment. We've got intermediate tires for Timmy and for Sprint at the moment, and as they are foreseeing that this rain is not stopping then. But Steve and Rizzlestick haven't set a time yet, and they've got damage to their wings. DRS is still enabled. That is a major factor in this qualifying session at the moment. So potentially we might see someone sneak through into qualifying 3. But I got to say, I'm loving that qualifying 3 at the moment. Listen to the names in qualifying 3. You got Roscoe. No, there it is. And DRS has been disabled then, and that is it, I think, for Rizzle and for Steve. Without DRS, it is such a major disadvantage not to have the DRS there, isn't it? Is you just lose so much time down start finish straight and between turn 2 and 3. Hog there almost sliding into the barrier as well. You can see it's I gotta say, if it is, I think that when you're in the car, it feels so pathetic, doesn't it, when you just slide into the wall there. But that's the problem. Slick tires are not designed in these weather conditions, are they? There is no grooves on these slick tires these days. Of course, we got rid of the grooves back in 2009 then. So of course these slick tires are just gonna be an absolute handful, and we're seeing that demonstrated by the Renault driver as well. Goodness gracious me, that in qualifying 3 at this moment with 6 minutes to go, we have Roscoe, Matt, T. Sammy, Maxi, Timmy, Fizzy, Sprint, Double, Val, and Snap as well on his return back to IRC as well. Of course, this is Snap's first appearance since the Singapore Grand Prix. Oh no, and Hogg is in the barrier, and I think that if he can continue on this up there, just to throw a time on the board, then perhaps but I feel that this might be a day late and $1 short, unfortunately, there for the Renault driver there. We've also got Mason out as well. He's still on the soft tyres there. I'm wondering if someone's going to just throw on a set of intermediate tyres and just get that 11th position. Because the 11th position there, you get to choose whatever tyres you want to start the race on. But remember, that also does mean that it has to be a dry race, of course. There's a yellow flag there. We have a yellow flag then just in front of Snap by looks. We're on board. Someone there is a Mercedes head who looks like he had a bit of problems as well. Look at that then, Hogg there. The car is just not... he's got damage as well, and the car is just not obeying his command, is it, for Hogg there? Because, oh goodness me, look at the understeer. Oh, he's in the wall. That's a big smash. You just felt it, didn't you? And gosh, so Hogg there is unfortunately, he is in a world of trouble, is he? He's going to have to come in the pits now. We got our first intermediate runner, and that is Rizzle6 there, who's out of the pits there. And you can see Hogg's time is at 2 minutes then in that and that time not then as well. Of course, if you want to hear a interesting fact, which I'm sure none of you do really, but of course I think Belgium 95 on the Formula 1 game, which was just called Formula 1, and I think pole position was actually a 2:05, wasn't it? So just shows you how far Formula 1 has come, doesn't it? Because we don't get 2-minute laps anymore, do we? Far from it there. We get, of course, times like this, don't we, in the 43s and we also, I think, Belgium. Oh my word! Rizzle6 there, I've got to say, giving it a lot of welly there out there, isn't he? Oh gosh, and goodness me, they're throwing caution to the wind there. Rizzle6 is, which is quite fitted in the city of Winden, which I think is the city of fire, actually, isn't it? So that makes that makes no sense either, does it? So we're staying with Rizzle6 at the moment there. He's in the wall as well, and that's debris again. I've got to say, they're going to be able to build a Formula 1 car. The amount of debris down at turn 15 there, goodness me. But yeah, you can see that is now too wet for dry tires. You can see that spray being lifted up by those intermediate tyres there. Of course, the intermediate tyres are exactly what it says on the tin, isn't it? A bit like Ron's there. Of course, the intermediate tyres is halfway, it's basically between the dry and a wet track, isn't it? But the intermediate tyres got such an incredible operating range. It's really fantastic, isn't it? As we've got a Red Bull then, who is coming back to the pits there. That is a Snap then, who's just touring back to the pits. I think he's had a cropper somewhere, hasn't he? Just taking a look, then you see, look at that, 7 seconds down there. That is how the track has deteriorated over the past 15 minutes or so, isn't it? And you can see that instead of 55 hour sprint has, which underlines it. I think that everyone behind everyone who answered time, then that's it. You're out of qualified. But the question is, where are you going to qualify? And I think that's what these guys have got to fight it out for now, is getting that 11th position then, because that more positions starting, if you're starting 11th, it's much better than starting 15th, isn't it? And of course, it's very difficult for these guys to get their head around, isn't it? When of course you're fighting the sharp end, of course you want to get into qualifying 3, don't you? But you're only racing now for 11th position. Oh my word! And Steve there, I thought he was going off there. No, he wasn't there. He had complete control of the car. No, I got to say, I didn't have complete control of myself there, because I thought he was in the wall. But yeah, going back to my comment then, yeah, of course, these guys are race winners. These guys are winners, and they want to be in qualifying 3. They want to go for pole position. But of course, Steve is going to have to just make do of 11th position. It's too wet out there now, isn't it? So Steve then is just going to have to make the best of a bad situation here. And 11th position is the best, isn't it? That he can get then in that Haas then. 2 times retired from the session then with just 2 minutes to go, then he is fairly happy with his 1 lap run in qualifying too. Then we'll talk about the tyre strategies in just a jiffy, but before we do, we're just keeping an eye on what Steve can do, as we've got a lot of other drivers retiring as well then, because they are quite happy in their positions then, because they can see that it's too wet out there unless someone does an absolute bonanza kind of lap then I think that the top 10 is locked in. Great to see Snap back up there. It's great to see Double also in the mix as well. Both Mercedes are up there, but we've also got I was going to say both Ferraris, but that's an AlphaTauri and a Ferrari in there. We've got both we do have both AlphaTauris there, a lovely 17 then, and we've also got both Red Bulls. Good stuff there as we're on board. Steve, he's in the wall. That's not a glancing blow either. That's a lot of that's a big hit there for Steve. So he's going to carry on though, I think, but he's going to have a lot of understeer there, and it's difficult in these circumstances anyway, but it's a lot more difficult, isn't it, where you got damage on the car. We're on board with Steve then, as he is now just coming down, and Snap is retired from the session as well. See that, keeping out of the wall there. Look at how much spray is coming off up front. Oh, who is that? I think that was Hog there. Goodness me, there. Doing a bit of Formula Drift Ben as we are now coming into turn 16 then, and that's usually where we say we don't break now until turn 1, but let's see. And you can see there, look at that, see there, getting off the power there. That's damage to the wing, but that's also the water on the circuit as well. Half a minute to go in this qualifying session. The rain has really affected well in the championship protagonist, hasn't it? At this stage of proceedings, I've got to say that Steve is going to be very disappointed that he is in 11th position at the moment now. And that is the best he could hope for at this stage. What about Mason though? We haven't seen Mason's up to... oh, he's in the wall as well. But I got to say then, he hit it square on then, and I think if you're going to hit the wall, that is the best way to do it. Well done to Mason then. Now let's see if he can get some time in. He's got to beat a 54. He is just inches away there, 600 of a second away, and he's in at 12th position at the moment then. Riddle 6 is done then, so he is 14th then. Gas is 15th then. What about Hog then as well? Hog's target tires are 54 4 then, which is of course separated, which is Steve and Mason. Has he done it? No, he's a 54 fault then, so close towards the end then, but he is going to be 13th as well then. So Mason in a 12th position then. Steve there just about got 11th position in the end by the whisker from Mason there. What if that mistake on the final part of that for Mason cost him 11th position on the grid then, which is a big shame for Mason, but I think 12th position there in this race that he can still hope for a good handful of points then. Sprint there has done 4 laps there out there on those intermediate tyres and Sprint has said. So I think that Sprint, a lot of you might be wondering why is Sprint doing that, but of course Sprint is trying to determine the track conditions in it for Q3, and now he knows the track knowledge around here. This he does have an advantage, doesn't he, because none of his top rivals didn't come out, did they? So this is good stuff there from Sprint. They're doing his homework, isn't they, which is going to be a valuable factor in this race for pole position there in these difficult conditions then. Stino is just coming back to the pits as well, as he is doing his final tour as well. Mason is actually improving at the moment then. He has time for one more run then. So Steve hasn't got time for one more run then. Mason at the moment now, and he's 3/10 up then. This could be 11th position. There might be another sting in the tail here for Steve, and this in the form of this racing point. It's in the form of Mason as well then. And oh goodness me, he is in the wall there. Oh gosh there. And he did something similar last time. He had a lot of time in his pocket, didn't he? 3/10 of a second, but I'm wondering if he lost it all in that final mistake. And we're on board with Mason. Is that enough? I don't think it is, and I think his counter is still 12th. Let's take a look. It is still 12th, and that mistake right at the very end there for Mason unfortunately cost him 11th on the grid there, which is a big shame there for Mason. But still, hats off to him to being qualified. Hats off to him for 12th on the grid. And that's row 6, sharing it with Steve. Goodness me. So that is going to be very interesting indeed. Then, of course, Steve, one of the most experienced drivers in IRC. Against Mason, of course, this is only Mason's 5th race, isn't it, here in IRC as well? Goodness me, that of course it's the master and the apprentice, so to speak, isn't it? On row number 6, then in qualifying 3, then we have everyone on the soft tire apart from Snap and Sprint. Is that going to be a big factor in the race itself? And of course, that'll be very interesting indeed. Then, but of course, we need to wait at least 15 minutes then, because it's qualifying 3 coming up next here in Baku. Oh, I got a little excited there as well. As I got 15% off for from a soccer shop there. Is if I spend £100, but it's only this weekend. Unfortunately, I'm not going to spend anything. I don't think, because yeah. But no, nevertheless, so I did get a little excited there as I thought I won a prize or something. But unfortunately, that's not the case at all. And look at that. Then, of course, it's still gloomy out there, but there's no rain. Oh, goodness me. And of course, I think the likes of Steve, Mason, Hogg, and Rizzlesticks and Gaz would have loved that, though, wouldn't they, if it stopped raining then about a couple minutes earlier. This is going to get very interesting. Double is still in the intermediate tires head, so I wonder if Double is just putting in a banker lap first to just see him safe out, because look, it's still very wet. The rain has gone, but the track drainage around here, that is going to be a pivotal part in the final stage of this qualifying. This one, DRS has not been opened as far as I can see. It hasn't been opened yet for Double, so Double is kind of like the guinea pig here, isn't he? As I think that the likes of MacD and T Samurai going to be interesting to see what Double does there. Matt is also on track as well then, so Matt there also wants to put in a safe banker, doesn't he? Fizzy, though, I've got to say, is throwing it against the wall, isn't he? A bit like your pasta. You throw it against the wall, if it sticks, it will work then. So let's see what Fizzy can do then. What has Fizzy got to do then? Of course, there he's throwing, he hope he won't be throwing that Mercedes against the wall, but he needs to get those tyres into operating temperatures. It's about the heat, isn't it? He's the world's fastest heat engineer now, as he needs to make sure that those DRS has been enabled then. So Fizzy looks like he has got this, it's got this absolutely perfected, hasn't it? But he needs to make sure that he keeps that car on the straight and narrow. He needs to make sure that the tyres are out to temperature as well. And the question I got then is whether Double and Matt will continue on those intermediate tyres there. They will still have the DRS, of course, there, won't they? But I think that they will lose too much time there. I'm wondering if they might just come back to into the pits there. But it's still very greasy out there as well. We're on board with Fizzy. Look at that then. Goodness me, he is earning his he's earning the big bucks here tonight, isn't he? The amount of steering input he's putting in that Mercedes is absolutely incredible, isn't it? And of course, that is because the track is very green now, isn't it? It is. We've had a bit of rain in qualifying too. It has cost Steve, one of the championship protagonists, a shot at qualifying 3 there. And unfortunately, Steve's season is starting to really flounder at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? Double's gone into the wall, so I think that might have made Double's decision slightly easier, hasn't it? Unfortunately, so I think Double might be peeling back to the left-hand side and coming into the pits. Oh goodness me! Then we got Val in the wall. Val, oh no, he ain't in the wall. He's just gone straight on at turn 2. So very lucky there for Val. Then he took down the escape road, and of course that is what they're there for. Double's back in the pits. I think is Matt staying up. Matt is also in the pits as well. So we're going to keep an eye on the first man on the soft tyres, and that is Fizzy. There it is, DRS, the drag reduction system. The rear wing is wide open then as well, as we're coming into turn 1 as well then. And look at that then, Fizzy, I've got to say, he's got the track hold to himself, I feel like, doesn't it? It's such a long straight there, going wide into turn 1 there. So climbing over the curves, Fizzy is. But this is going to be an exploratory lap, isn't it, for Fizzy there, just to see where the grip is. He did a lot of that on the on his out lap as well, but the track is drying up quite rapidly, isn't it? As you can tell there, it's a lot more dry than the last time he was on board, Fizzy. We're back on board the Mercedes driver as well, into turn number 3, then breaking down into second gear. Now look at the amount of pace. Oh, he's in the wall, and you can see then that Mercedes there, the back end is wagging like a very happy dog, isn't it? Goodness me there, as it is the back end is swinging from left to right, as Fizzy there is really trying his best to keep the car on the track there, but also trying to keep the forward momentum there, isn't he? And wow, incredible stuff indeed there for Fizzy. And I've got to say, it looks incredible on the TV cameras, doesn't it? On the TV pictures, but I'm not sure of how it look on the stopwatch in the top right hand corner then. Now through the castle section as well then for Fizzy. I love that shot, over the shoulder shot. It's beautiful stuff, isn't it? Fantastic. Now it's just coming out of the castle section as well. Double still on the intermediate tyres at the moment, and you can see on the left hand side down the tower, everyone is on those soft compound tyres now, apart from Double, who's on the intermediate tyres there. But I'm wondering if the Renault team are just fixing the nose cone there. And yep, Double is now on those soft tyres, and we've got a AlphaTauri who is come a cropper. I think it's a Sprint, is it? They're on board Sprint. We'll have a look at Sprint in a minute, because we need to keep an eye on what Fizzy's doing, and he is the first man there to come through and finish a lap then by. I hope Sprint has damaged the car, but it looks quite ominous when you have problems at the cattle section as well then. Fizzy DRS is wide open then, he's got nothing else to do there, he's just got wheeled up Mercedes across the line. He has done a 46 there, that's on a very green track, remember though, so times will be tumbling like a fruit machine at the end of this race as well. Oh, is T Salmon there, gotta say, I looked a bit I wonder, that steering, he looked a bit lazy on the steering wheel there, didn't he? On board with Snap, then. Great return there for Snap. Goodness me, he's on to a qualifying free performance. Lovely stuff indeed then. And there is a sprint then. And I'm just seeing if he has got damage on that front wing. Now I'm looking. He doesn't. I think he does actually. Yes, he does. Our Sprint does it. He's in the pits, and that is a shame there for Sprint. Really is. What about Snap then? So Snap is going to be the second car to post a time. Look at Timmy in the background now. He wants a cheeky little slipstream now from Snap. So Snap goes across line. He's done a 48 there. It's a 50, I should say. Then and now Timmy goes across line. He is on pole position. Then remember he's been on pole position already this season. And can he go for 3 of his career? The second of his season as well. We have got Sprint. No, we haven't. We got Matt then coming across line. He's about to start up as well. Here comes T Sammy. He has gone purple in the second intermediate time then as well. So let's see what he can do now. He is now approaching the line then. And again, then this is where you're just winning the car, isn't it? You're trying to rock backwards and forwards, but of course it doesn't do much there. And what does T Sammy does? He goes on pole position. And that's a fantastic time now from T Sammy. Look at how spread out these times at the moment. Val going in a very solid second position there. Good stuff indeed there from Val. What about Roscoe? Roscoe then is out of turn 16 as well, and of course now he is coming up to the line, and a 42.7 is his target time for Roscoe. You can see he's maxed out now. He's almost touching 210 miles an hour. He is second fastest, a thousandth of a second away from Roscoe. Fizzy on his second time lap, a much better time for Fizzy. He found the grip. He has confidence now, and he is second now. Now I wonder if there's also fuel being burnt as well. Good stuff indeed there. Maxi, of course, Maxi has been so good in qualifying this season. He's had 5 pole positions, hasn't he? And of course that's the most out of any driver in the field as this stage, and he is put on pole position again. Then it's so close between T Sammy and Roscoe, but then Maxi just blew out the water there, and he is on his sixth pole position of his career at this moment. And Matt now coming out of turn at 15 now, and having a glancing blow with the wall then into turn 16 as well. Then for car 40, he's gone very wide there. Is that going to hurt his momentum there? He ain't going to be on the power as early as he was if he was on the race circuit, was he? But we're back on board then with Matt now, and now that is all he's got to do. He's just got to he's just got to wait for that DRS line, which is coming up in less than 100 metres. There it is. Oh, he's a bit slow on the DRS there, wasn't he, Matt? That might cost him a thousandth of a second then. But where does he go? He goes third fastest then. Good 17. That yellow flag is fluttering in the background now, as it's Val. I think Val is a second up in the second time then, and that's a shame now for Val, because that would have put him right in the mix there in the 42s at least, as T Sammy has gone on pole position there. The track is getting quicker and quicker as it is now. This is going to be like last man across the line, is it? Like the Nürburgring back in 1999, is it? Party like it's 1999 then, as into the pits there comes Val then on board is my teammate, and this is Fizzy then. He is going for another lap, isn't he? Fizzy must have been absolutely chock-a-block with fuel, and he's improved again. He is third position, almost 2 seconds up there. Wow, this is incredible stuff indeed. Fizzy's done 3 laps on those tyres. He's got less than 4 minutes to get himself back in the pits then. What about Maxi then? And Maxi there is almost out of fuel as well. Is he going to carry on? He's got no DRS. Maxi's got no DRS. I wonder if he's had a DRS failure. Is that going to be is that going to be costly? Well, he's done a 41.5 there, I think. Maxi has left possession now, and he is on pole position nonetheless. And so he did open the DRS there, and he has got pole position as well. But Maxi, that is going to cost. That might cost him dearly, because the track is ramping up, isn't it? Oh, lovely stuff indeed then. Timmy is 0.2 of a second down in the second split time. What about Snap then? Is he found any time here? I think Snap is also coming in the pits as well this time around. Matt has only done 1 lap so far. He's going for a second time run now then, is he? Look at how dull it is out there still. Goodness me. We just got I think everyone else, Roscoe has got Snap's gone around for another lap. Matt has abandoned that, and he's coming to the pits then, and goodness me, he's flying in that pits, isn't he? And there's a chicane there to stop you from absolutely tearing it in the pits there. 5/10 of a second down, and Fizzy is 4/10 of a second up. Goodness me, this man's got a bit between his teeth. Another 4/10 of a second. He's going to lower the bar once again for himself, and that is a whisker away. Now he's in the 40s. He is very much on the case of T Sammy, isn't he? Fizzy is, and he's done a lot of laps, isn't he? But this might be the way to play it, isn't it? Of course, this is an unusual end to qualifying with the wet weather. This has thrown the spatter in the works, hasn't it? On board with Fizzy as well, and as he is now coming up to the line, and Maxi is back in the session as well. Can he get back into his car and get out there. And Fizzy goes third faster still, as he is 4/10 of a second down, and he has got so much fuel on that Mercedes. I think he's fueled it right up there. Oh wow, this is incredible stuff. It's like a traditional wet qualifying, isn't it? The way Fizzy's attacking it, and that might be the absolute best way of doing it. Snap is 6/10 of a second up in the second intermediate split time, coming through the castle section as well. And here he is, and he is now flying into turn 15. The second intermediate split time is just after this corner. Oh my word there! I just left a bit of Pirelli rubber on the wall as well. 4/10 of a second up there. Where is that going to put him? That will put him into the 43 set. He's got to find another couple of tenths to get in front of Val, who's on the 43 as well. But I think Val's got a lot of laps in his piggy bank, hasn't he? Snap, I think, might only have one set of tyres there, as he is not coming back in the pits. I wonder if Fizzy might have the same problem as well. Maxi is not coming back out. Maxi is going to have to watch from the sidelines. Snap has improved very hard. He lost a bit of time towards the end of that lap, didn't he? And I wonder if that was coming out of turn 16 there. Just couldn't get on the power, could he? Double then, you just watched him coming out of turn 16 as well. We didn't see how good his exit was there for Double, but he is on the case as well. But Max is retired from the session there. That is a shame there. He is currently on his 6th pole position of the season now, isn't he? Can anyone stop him there? But I feel the track going quicker and quicker every tour. I think that this that might be a costly problem. Double is in 4th position. What a time there for Double Cream Cat. He's on the 2nd row of the grid. Oh my goodness me. As Roscoe starts up as well. Snap is in the wall in turn 3, but it looks there. And he's had a couple of issues as well. Val is, I think Fizzy is coming into the pits end. So Fizzy's incredible 4 or 5 lap run has come to an end there. And he is third fast at the moment. I've got to say, I'm loving that grid. Of course, so this is far from done, isn't it? Really is. There's a Renault of Double there just getting out of the way, I think. Then I wonder if Double had that fuel for one more time run, then perhaps. As a Matt there is just cutting turn 16 there, isn't he, before going out and having another blast. What about Val then? Remember, Val was very quick, wasn't he, on his second time run there, wasn't he? Val was, and I think I would have been in the fringes of the second row then. He is quick once again then. Oh, goodness me, that's it. The checker flag has fallen. Matt is finished. Oh, goodness me. And T-Sammy is finished as well. They have misread the conditions there. This might be absolutely pivotal for Maxi. On board with Fallon. Is there going to be a first time pole sitter at the end of this qualifying? So sure, is it going to be Timmy? And we just did a shot. Snap is out qualified. He's gone off in a big way. Roscoe, his teammates, just come across now. And what's Val doing? And he's got to look for a 40. He is on pole position there. A fantastic time now for Val. That's his first pole position of his career. What an absolutely fantastic qualifier. What about Roscoe? Is he coming to break Val's dream here? We have got who's just moved up into sprinters up into 3rd position now. Roscoe then is coming out of the final turn 20 as well. Is he going to break Val's heart here? Here he comes across the line, and Roscoe is on pole position there. He's almost a half a second in front then. Roscoe there is Val is on the 2nd row of the grid then. Oh, amazing stuff. Timmy is also a 2 seconds up there. I think that was 2.7 if I'm not very much mistaken. Is this going to be Timmy's 3rd pole position of his career? He comes up to the line. Is it? I think it is. It is on pole position. What a cracking end to qualifying. Timmy takes pole position then of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. His 2nd pole position of the season as well, after Japan, and his 3rd pole position of his career. Fantastic stuff for Timmy. He's done heights hard French, hasn't he? He has judged the conditions to absolute perfection, and he is the man on the top spot of the grid then. And what a cracking end to qualifying. Well, I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Bring on the race. Fantastic stuff, wasn't it? Really, absolutely splendid stuff indeed there from Timmy. We're on board with him as well then, as he has just finished that qualifying session as well. 10th second in front of Roscoe in 2nd. Val in 3rd position. Then we got Maxi in 4th, then Sprint in 5th position. T-Sammy in 6th. Fizzy 7th. Double 8th position. Matt in 9th position. And Snap is in 10th position on his Grand Prix return in IRC as well. So, well, that was rather good, wasn't it? I got to say, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that. That was brilliant. But of course, we've still got the race itself, haven't we? So there is do not go anywhere, folks. And we have got a action-packed race coming for you in just a jiffy there. So do not go anywhere. Look at that, and it's completely different, isn't it? Now look at that, that's an absolutely splendid day out there. It is, oh goodness me, fantastic stuff indeed. Then he is, got to say, completely different. It was very murky in qualifying, and now all of a sudden it's a beautiful day out there, isn't it? And I can hear you two humming in my ear now as well. Absolutely lovely jubbly indeed then. So this is going to get very, I've got to say, this is going to get very tasty indeed, isn't it? So, yep, hold on to your horse, everyone. This is going to be a fantastic qualifying, and I've got to say, I'm really looking forward to this one. This is going to be good. Well, we got just about 12 seconds to go until the start of the formation lap. Of course, 26 laps around this Azerbaijan street circuit. Of course, first on the calendar back in 2016. It wasn't the most entertaining race in the world. Remember, the highlights of that race was really Hamilton struggling to get the car in working order, really, wasn't it? That was unfortunately that was the best it got there. It was Roscoe. Well, it could be Roscoe's day. I mean, Rosberg had an absolutely Roscoe. I keep saying Roscoe. Rosberg had a fantastic debut, didn't he? And I'm seeing a lot of cars been disqualified right at the start there, so that's not good at all, is it? Right then, as we're just watching then, Timmy is on pole position now for the second time of the season and third time of his career as well. Fantastic stuff for the McLaren. Alongside him is Roscoe. Roscoe is not going to be shy going into turn one, is he? He is second. Val in third position then in the Mercedes, and Val almost had pole position, didn't he? As he showed in his first run in qualifying 3, there's a lot of time in that Mercedes. Fourth position is the World Championship leader, Maxi. Fifth position there is Sprint there. Sixth position is T. Sammy, the world champion. Seventh position is Fizzy. Of course, he was doing a very unusual end to qualifying 3, and it really paid off handsomely. Double, very high up. Fantastic to see double right in there. Matt in 9th position at the moment now, with Snap in 10th position as well. Just outside the top 10 is Hard Tire of Steve. 12th position is Mason. We're on board there with Hog in 13th position. He's also on the hard tires. Hard tires for Rizzo Sticks and Gaz 14th and 15th position. PB is been disqualified. He is in 16th position there, as on hard tires, and JJ on the medium tires there. The strategy is a one stopper, and of course hard to soft there or hard to medium. Yannis said hopefully the race is incredible as qualifying. Got to say, qualifying is fantastic, wasn't it? Really enjoyed qualifying, but I don't think that we're going to get any rain in the race, but I think the drivers are quite surprised to see rain in qualifying. I know, that's what I like, isn't it? Sometimes I do like it when they have a surprise or two, isn't it? As yeah, it does really shake things up, doesn't it? Really spices up the show. If you can spice it up anymore, and I've got to say, I hope we can't spice up anymore, to be honest, because I'm absolutely shattered, and all I've done is talk about cars trying to get themselves positioned on the grid. Oh gosh, right then, the second longest lap on the calendar as well. Here we are, Azerbaijan. This is round 14 of a 22 round season, the longest season in IRC history. Maxi has got the Matt's been disqualified. Maxi has got the edge at the moment by 10 points from the defending champion T. Sammy, who is second at the moment now. Steve, who is third in the championship, is down in 11th position. Sprint is on a fantastic race, having a fantastic season, isn't he? And possibly could have and should have added to more than one of his race wins there. He's also had his first pole position of the season as well. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Of course, Steve has the most podiums so far this season with 9 there. T. Sammy has got 8 there, so along with Maxi. Then Sprint has got 7 podiums then. Let's see if anything is going to upset the apple cart. As we're on board, JJ, can he get some first points for the Williams? And he's on the medium tires. Only one of 3 cars on those medium tires, along with Sprint and Snap. And we are just waiting for the lights. We're on board with Roscoe, and there are the lights, and we have 5 as a pause, and we are going the streets of Baku. And here we go then, and it's a great start from Roscoe. Look at him, he's got the inside. That's a Mercedes who's sticking down the inside in the middle there. Roscoe takes the lead there, also giving a kiss. Oh, there's contact. Maxi and Val have come to blows out. Oh no, it's a horrific start for Val. And oh dear, and a Val in his drop right down here. That's a wing going off, and Maxi is down inside. racing, is he? That's a severe collision there. Oh, it's a messy start. It's a safety car as well. Oh dear, then Val and Maxi there are not down at last, I don't think. Then we're on board Val, who is, well, we'll wait for the timing sheets to time in to get themselves sorted. Roscoe is leading this race at the moment, and he had the perfect start. You see, he had such a bad launch, didn't he? Didn't he? Said in Timmy. But after that, then it was chaos, wasn't it? And we've seen a wing flip up there, didn't we? It also got Mason getting a 5-second penalty. Oh, Asdog's in the wall. Asdog is in the wall there, and that's not good turning. See, look at that then, as he is burning rubber there, as he stands on the accelerator. That is the whole wing section gone from the Alfa Romeo, and I wonder if there is a very angry Alfa Romeo driver in that car as well. And so we're just taking a look now. Where is Maxi? Maxi is down in 13th position on those soft tyres there. So I think it's going to be an early stop for both Val and Maxi, who came to blows there. I thought Maxi was ghosting them, but of course I think Val might have got on the power a bit early there and half spun at them perhaps then. But that is just survive Simone. I apologise if I was completely wrong, which it probably certainly is there, because I got to say I do I got to say a lot of things I do call is absolutely nonsense, isn't it? Right then, so as we're just coming to finish this up as well. So Roscoe's got a safety car has got a safety car restart to deal with. Luckily though, he hasn't got to do it yet then, has he? Because he's got a couple of laps to really plan how he's going to do this restart. It's probably the most perilous safety car restart in all of Formula 1, isn't it? I remember back in GP2 in 2016, I think it was absolute chaos, wasn't it? And I'm expecting the same here tonight. Well, we'll find out, but before we do, we're on board with the championship leader, and he is behind his teammate at the moment. Has he got damage? I don't think he has got damage, Maxi hasn't. As we're taking another look at the shot of the wing, he hasn't. So Maxi there was very lucky, and it must have been a slight glance and blow. Fizzy has got damage there. It's Rizzo 6 there hovering in the pits. He is. So we've got both Ferraris coming into the pits then, and oh goodness me, Rizzo 6 is the front car. So Maxi, the championship leader, is going to have to wait his turn, isn't he? As I think in real life we probably would have seen the Ferrari team. Val's got a severe collision with JJ as well, and I'm wondering if that is coming into the pits. And you can see the Ferrari mechanics are going to work there, change out to the medium tyres there for Rizzo 6 as we've also got Wing coming out in the background there for one of the Mercedes as well. I think it is for Val, as he completely damaged the nose cone. Now the champion is in the pits, and he's lost an awful amount of time then, as they are also changing the wing as well on that second Ferrari. So there was damage there, so we couldn't see it then on the TV cameras, but of course these drivers can feel every part of the car, can't they? Now Maxi's out of the on circuit, and he is the last man on the circuit and the world championship leader. Oh, he's got a lot of work to do from here on in then, but of course we have seen some magical moments from Maxi, and I'm expecting some of the same again here tonight. Just watching Double the Bone, who is leading the race set according to the graphics, but hopefully we'll get that sorted in just a jiffy. So we're on lap 2 already, and goodness gracious me! Well, I gotta say it was a very interesting start, wasn't it? But we're on board now with Bert Mylander, who has led the most laps so far in this race, and actually he's at almost 2 now to Roscoe's 1. Then, so when the side of the tower sorts itself out, we'll quickly go through who's doing what then. And there it is then. Roscoe and Timmy are swapped position. A great launch there. Matt up 5 position. Lovely stuff indeed. Same for Steve. Of course, this is a good opportunity for Steve now, isn't it, with Maxi on his back foot, and for T. Sammy as well. Of course, T. Sammy is now in striking distance of the World Championship. 7 position is PB. PB doesn't need qualifying, does he? Oh, he's straight up there into 9th position then. Biggest losers from that from the race start then is Val down at 12 positions there, and Maxi down 14 positions there. Unfortunately, they came to blows, didn't they, at the opening corner of this race then. Right then, so what tyres is who's got on what tyres then? So the cars that are coming then, Fizzy's on the hard tyres, double on the medium tyres then. Mason has gone to soft tyres then to go for an attack of run there. Mason is. Rizzle 6 on the hard tyres, medium tyres. Gaz on medium as well. Val has gone to the hard tyres. Everyone else on the medium tyres. So JJ medium, Asdog medium, and Maxi medium as well. We've got Lucas just coming into the commentary. Good evening, Sean. Go T Sammy there. Well, T Sammy currently third at the moment, and of course he's come up with competitions as well after that frightfully entertaining start then as well. So JJ is now coming back into the pits then. Of course, he's the sole Williams here tonight then. Can he get Williams his first point of the season? And that has to be the aim then. And with a start like that then, I feel that anything is possible here tonight as well. As Williams all the way down the far end of the garage as well then, as he's coming back in. He's changing the nose cone again there. Car 15 is then. So that's not good at all for JJ. So he's changing the nose cone again, and he's back on the hot medium tyres once again then, but Luckily for JJ, I think then are those fresh medium tires? I don't think they are they? It looks, the graphic is saying he's done 2 laps on those medium tires. I wonder if, which I'm quite surprised by, because JJ was out, didn't even use any tires, did he, in qualify then? So I'm quite surprised by that. But nevertheless, then, do we ever listen to the graphic? Well, to be honest, sometimes I don't, because sometimes they're talking absolute balderdash, aren't they? Right then, so we're on lap 3 then. So Roscoe got the perfect start there, jumped Timmy, and is now leading the race then. But I got to say, you've got to be very wary of Timmy there. There's going to be a slipstreaming start, isn't there, behind the safety car. When is the safety car going to come in then? When are we going to be back green flagging here in the Baku safety as well? I'm hoping that the safety car coming in at the end of this lap there. JJ is not too far away from the back then, just a couple of corners away from him, so JJ should be able to catch it to the back by the time the safety car comes in, which I'm hoping it'll be around this point of the circuit here then. We're waiting for that magical message, and then we'll be green flag once again here in Baku. I'd say we've only got 26 laps around here, but it's a long lap, isn't it? So yes, this is a very tough race. We've had the toughest of the season, I feel, well, to my mind anyway, in Singapore, but this has to be right up there. We've had a very difficult run of races, didn't we, between round 7 and 9 there. We had Monaco, the Vietnam Grand Prix, and Singapore as well. You could even throw in the Dutch Grand Prix, as that was the first time that these guys out of the IRC ever raced there as well. And so I think that's my favourite race of the season so far, the Dutch Grand Prix. It was fantastic, wasn't it? Action right up until the very end then. Bert Mylander is still staying out then, so obviously he's enjoying the track today, isn't he? Right then, so Roscoe comes to complete another lap there. Roscoe leads the race then with a Timmy in second position, and T. Sammy in third position. Matt up in the fourth, good stuff indeed. Then the top 4 on the soft tyres. They haven't pitted. That's how they started the race, on those soft tyres. In fifth position is Sprint with Steve moving up into sixth position. He is the highest of the hard compound runners then. In seventh position is Snap then on the medium tyres. 8 hard tyres for Hogg then, and we've also got a Ferrari cut in the pits as well. Rizzlesticks is changed the nose cone as well on the Ferrari. That's a second nose change in the matter of a couple of laps here for Rizzlesticks. He's on the hard tyres now. Rizzlesticks he's going to go a very long way, isn't he? Hogg in 8th position on the hard tyres. 9th position is PB, also on the hard tyres. All the top 9 have not stopped in this race yet, and then everyone else has then. Fizzy hard tyres 11th, 12th position double medium tyres. 13th Mason soft tyres, a completely different tack there from 10th, 11th and 12th position. I love it. 13th is Gaz medium tyres. 14th is Val hard tyres. Azdog in 15th position there. He's on medium tyres. Maxi 16th medium tyres there. JJ and Rizzlesticks have done 2 laps on their tyres. Medium tyres for JJ. Rizzlesticks right at the back on 2 lap hard tyres as well. So now we're on board Roscoe then, of course, the race leader then. Roscoe is now then, this is a good golden opportunity, but with the and he's a tough cookie to crack, isn't he? Roscoe is there. He is not going to say after you, sir, is he? If you're going to get past Roscoe, you're going to have to fight, aren't you? And of course, with this safety car restart coming up, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure a lot of drivers are going to be very concerned about it, isn't it? But of course, I love the action, so of course, bring it on, I say bring it on then. But I think you've got to keep an eye on T. Sammy there, haven't you? I think you've also got to keep an eye on Matt and Sprint as well, and Steve there also right in the thick of things, but he's on the hard tyres, and bearing in mind these soft tyres are not going to take too much difficulty warming up, are they? It'd be the hard tyres that would take the most difficulty warming up, so Steve might be feeling a bit under pressure as the safety car is in now, and we are going to be green flag racing. So we've only had 2 laps of 2 quarters of green flag racing so far then, and where is Roscoe going to start to bunch him up then? And look at this then, and look who's in the background there. That is Matt there, of course, one of the most experienced drivers in IRC history. He is dropping all the way back there, isn't he? He wants to get a good slingshot, doesn't he? Roscoe is not backing him up just yet, is he? Roscoe's not really backing him up at all, is he? So now we'll go, I think. Has he dropped the hammer? Yes, he has, and there's the safety car. As I think he shouldn't catch him up then. He hasn't caught him up. Or has he? He has! That's a terrible start there. Or has he? No, he hasn't. Now we're back racing then. So he caught him up right at the end there. Timmy is having a look on the inside, going into where's T. Sammy? He's on the outside, and we've got Hogg getting past Snap as well, going into turn 1 there as well. Just take a look back, and we've got a couple of cars there right side by side. Fizzy's now in the position, passing Snap as well then, as Snap there is going very wide into past turn 9, and we've got a very squirrely PB as well, as we got a gas and drop down the order, and he's got passed by 2 cars already in this race, and T7 there, Matt there, breaking much out in the T7 was at the moment. Look at that, that's Steeder almost, Fizzy is just as Hog there is just gone right there, and I think Fizzy's got past him as well, so it's Hog damaged the Renault. Then let's take a look there from the front shot then. He is is he? I've got to say, I wasn't even looking there. And he isn't okay. That's damage there, as Asdog is just forced his way past Val as well, and he is now back. He's now in the 13th position, and Asdog is Val down in 14th for memory. He's on the hard tire, of course, there, isn't he? He is playing the long game, whilst Asdog is on. And what was that? And I'm not sure what was that. I'm not sure if that was a bit of lag or what, but it felt like he got hit there. He was on board of it, perhaps, but I'm not too sure. That I might just be imagining it. As he's still got a full wing there as well. As I think he did. I did imagine as I just looked back at the street there, nothing really happened, did it? Mason is very close to the back of PB. There he is, as we're now coming into turn 15 as well. No DRS yet. PB is hitting the wall. He's hitting the wall at turn 15 there, PB is. And oh dear, that's not good at all. Look at that. Alpha Male. Asdog siren down the inside. Passes double. And he is through and up into 13th position there. Good stuff indeed then. Is just now there's a lot of slipstreaming going on then, coming down into turn 1. And that's T. Sammy, who's very close to the back of no, he isn't. He's not close anymore. He takes second position now. Passes Timmy, or does Timmy, because Timmy's going on the outside. Lovely shot here. Oh, what a shot there. And this is the battle for second and third position in the race. He's got the inside. Timmy is not living. Oh, wow. And Timmy there slamming the door shot there on T. Simon. Goodness me then. And a yellow flag in the background there because Maxi has had some. Maxi's had issues. Val and Maxi have had issues. They've come to blows. That's a complete wing gone. And it's the second time that Val and Maxi in the race there. The Mara 6 laps, they've cut the blows again then. Oh dear. And Val then has lost the whole wing then, as I think we've just got a virtual safety car. It's not going well at all. Val has got the whole wing nose gone in. Oh my goodness me. As oh gosh, there, and JJ's dropped right down the order there. And Maxi's got a penalty as well. There's all shenanigans on in the background there. And I'm not really sure what's going on here. Of course, they're under virtual safety car. They have to adhere to the Delta, which is on their the dashboard, but it looks like that there must be an issue there because the drivers should know about that. Roscoe leads by 2 seconds now. He's got a bit of a launch going on, hasn't he? Good stuff indeed there. Going to the back here. There's all kinds of shenanigans going on here, isn't it? Goodness me, that. Val there is just almost launching over the curves as well. Looking back here now. Goodness gracious me, then. It's going to get very hot, isn't it? Here in our back here. As T7, and of course, he had a good run there, didn't he? Last time out there. Can he do the same again? Maxi doesn't have damage there, but Val does, and Val's going to be, who's on the hard tires, is not going to be too he's not going to be too up with that. But whether there is issues, I do not know, because we didn't see the actual incident, did we? And now he's 4 tenths of a second back. Really see on board with him now. He's got the overtake button. Well, he did have the overtake button. Now he's switched it back on there, hasn't he? And look at this, it's status quo, but he does have a slipstream. And Timmy is in the pits, and DRS has now been enabled. Then, as we're 7 laps into this race, and so now Val has got a clear run now. And let's see what he could do then. Not Val, sorry. Timmy's got a clear run now. Let's see what he can do then. Can he catch on Roscoe? As we're now just dropping back to the midfield here. Rizzle sticks then behind at double at the moment then. Timmy there is just coming out the pits, and that's how far behind Maxi is there. As Maxi has done 4 laps on the medium tyres, and he's had a fraught start to this race, hasn't he? With him and Val coming to blows not once but twice in this session there. That's not good at all. Val into the pits then, and he will be hoping for a safety car now of some kind because he's really on the back foot. On board then with Steve. Steve is in 1st position. Well, then of course he had a nightmare qualified, and the conditions are just against him, wasn't he? But now he is. But now of course he's having a 5th position there. He is on the hard tire. He's the highest driver on the hard tire as well. But Fizzy is in 6th position as well. These are the days which really shows your experience in the IRC, doesn't it? And of course Steve and Fizzy have got an abundance of experience, haven't they? And they could potentially be leading this race in the not too distant future there. Of course we've also got Sprint, who's on the medium tires as well, which is just in front of us as well. So Timmy has now gone straight onto the hard tires and he's going for the undercut straight away. Is a Roscoe or T. Sammy going to respond on this lap? Of course, the pit window, you see in the graphic last time around, it was open there. So Timmy there, by the letter of the law there, came in the pits there. He knew exactly what he wants there, doesn't he? And even with that safety car, which might have helped him extend this first stint then, Timmy wasn't having none of it, was he? He came in the pits there and he's changing those tires then. On board then as Roscoe is coming in the pits there. So T Sammy there was doing the opposite then. So Roscoe's in the pits there. And let's see then what he can do there. I think he's covering the undercut there from Timmy here. Matt in the second position and Steve Fizzy. Roscoe then changing tires. He's on the hard tires. Car 48. He's in and out. Quicker than a hiccup. Lovely stuff indeed. Look at this then. Is this a snap in Mason there? Having a battle into turn one there. Mason has got the high ground at the moment, hasn't he? Asdo in ninth position there. We got Roscoe coming out there. We got Big O. Good battle between PB, Double and Timmy, who, look at this, and Timmy is lost more than he gained now, I think, hasn't he? And I don't think he's going to be too impressed with. Oh, there's a Timmy almost going one down. Rizzle Sticks there, almost on the inside. There's going to be a drag race between the Ferrari and the McLaren. On board with Timmy. Luckily, he's got DRS, hasn't he? But Rizzle Sticks is still within a striking distance as well. The Double is having a look on the inside there, but I think he was just trying to antagonise the car in front there, which is PB. But PB is going to have none of it, isn't he? Good some detail in the spot on the midfield is fantastic. JJ is in the pits there for the Williams there, and he is he's now changing onto the hard tyres, and that should get him to the end of the race. If I'm not very much mistaken, look at him coming over those curbs there, fantastic. And look at this, Timmy is all on the back of Double. The undercut is really not working now for Timmy, is it? And he's almost into the back. This is the problem there when you go for the undercut. It's about track position, isn't it? And oh, they've got two Ferraris are almost going into the wall there of Rizzle Sticks and Maxi then. And Maxi has not damaged his car. He's had a rough old ride out there, isn't he? Maxi is back on board with Timmy as well. Let's see what he does. And he's going into turn 15. Nothing to it just yet. And we've got Park saying there, let's go T Sammy there. T Sammy is leading the race there by a second at the moment now. Of course, he hasn't pitted just yet. And now on the inside goes Timmy. Of course, the man who was on pole position earlier on there. T Sammy is now in the pit set. Is he going to get out in front of T Sammy? No, he isn't. Of Timmy, I should say. So I'm getting completely confused. Too many T's. Now as he's in the pit set for the Alfa Romeo team. Look at this. The mechanics going to work there. Is synchronized swimming. Fantastic. He's in a quicker than a hiccup there. Isn't he? Roscoe, is he going to be in front of Timmy? Sorry, T Sammy's coming out of the pits. Where's Roscoe? Roscoe's through. Roscoe's in front then. And there he is. Goodness me, that was quite close, wasn't it? He had a great in-lap there. T Sammy. Timmy, look at this, and this has not been very good at all as now Maxi in the pits. He has damaged the wing again. Maxi, as he's changing tyres, the championship leader is having a nightmare here tonight, isn't he? And he's on the hard tyres now, and that should get him to the end of the race as well. But yeah, what showing one thought was when him and his teammate were a bit too close for comfort there in the castle section. One lap ago, back on board then with Steve, who is now we'll be grinning from ear to ear at the moment then, as he is re-navigating himself through the chaos of the opening couple of laps here in Baku, and is now in third position. Lovely stuff indeed. There's we've got once again an AlphaTauri 1-2. Matt is leading Sprint at the moment now. Matt is on the soft tyres and Sprint is on the medium tyres, of course, as Timmy has got past PB. He has got past PB going into the castle section as well. We've got PB who's now under a lot of pressure, and there is the Ferrari in the background. And look at this set as well. Oh, getting very squirty. And this is very, this is where Rizzle is going to be very interesting. Oh my gosh, our PB broke there, and Rizzle Sticks there went into the back of it. And oh goodness me, then I'm not. I think that was a PB maybe lacking confidence into the fast part of the circuit there, and that is a big blow indeed for Rizzle Sticks. He's got to go in the pits just like his teammate one lap ago, and Rizzle Sticks might be a bit unhappy with that. That's unfortunate, isn't it, to say the least. Snap is just been passed there by Asdog. Is Mason is in the pits and he's on 7 laps on the soft tyres, and the attacking strategy has gotten some clear air, and I'm wondering if he might now go into the hard tyres to the end of the race. As we got JJ who's just recovering. He's damaged the car. He has damaged the car. Then so we got a Double is out of the race. And what's happened to Double? And it's where is he? He's in the pits, is he? It's Double out. There's a problem there for Double, and oh gosh, Rizzle Sticks is just cut off his safety car. There's a major problem, and it's what has happened then to Double. I'm trying to look to see where he is on the track map, but Double is out of this race here in Baku, and that is a big blow indeed. Did he have problems coming into the pits? And we're on board with Maxi, who is in the pits as well. I'm not really too sure what happened to Double, but he is out of the well, he retired around the pit entry area, hasn't he? But that is a big big blow for Double. So Matt might be grinning from ear to ear here because he doesn't have to stop under a full race scenario, does he? This isn't going to help the AlphaTauri boys, is it? I think that they're going to have to queue in, and they're going to have to queue in the pit lane because surely both of them will want to be coming into the pits. And that's not good at all. For Steve, this might not be good for the hard runners, actually, for Steve, Fizzy, and Hog, perhaps, and as they would like to. They would probably like to stay out a little bit longer there. Will the medium tires do 16 laps? And that has to be the question. The longest anyone's gone on the medium tires so far is Snap, who is just coming up to do his 10th lap then. It's going to be it's going to be kind of see what happens, really. Experiment, isn't it? I know this is not really it's not really the kind of place where you want to experiment on tires, do you? So it's yeah, you can see then, look at this then, as Sprint there is dropping back. He wants to minimise the time there, or they're staying out. Both of them are staying out then, so Matt is coming into the pit. As JJ has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line then. But Fizzy is coming in the pits and is Hog coming in the pits as well, yes. So the two men who were on the hard tires come to the pits then. So Steve stays out there. So there's Sprint as well. Matt is on the medium tyre here then. So he thinks they can go 16 laps into the end then. Interesting stuff indeed as he comes back out of the pits then. And it's a double. It looks like a double went to the back of Rizzle 6 there. And that's why Double is out of the race then. And that's why we have this safety car. Double is our first retiree in this race. Ross going fourth position, T-Sammy in fifth position. This is a pre for Timmy in a certain degree now. Fizzy is back out in seventh position, so they're in such a strong position certainly. Gaz has stayed out as well, so is Mason there. And Asdol cut on the pitch, so is Snap then. PB is also changing those tires, so Asdol has got a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line. Oh dear, that's two now for the Williams and for Asdol as well. Rizzlix coming on, he's in 13th position then. Val in 15th and Maxi in 16th position. Well, let's hope it's not a third time's a charm there between those two, as they've been in a couple of incidents, haven't they, so far then? And that's not good at all, is it? And as I just now watching it, so Sprint leads this race then after an action-packed start to this race, and second safety car. We've had virtual safety cars as well in this race. It's been epic. But look, I've completely missed it. Matt is in third position. Fantastic. He's come out in front of Roscoe and T-Sammy and Timmy. And I think Roscoe's going to be wondering how has that happened. That's incredible, isn't it? This safety car has really elevated Matt there to the podium. But now he's got to hope that the safety car stays out for a couple of laps then, because it might be a bit of a stretch there to get those medium tires to the end there from Matt, but we'll find out, won't we? So this is going to get very fruitful indeed, isn't it? With not even a half distance yet here in Baku. What a fantastic race this has been then. Thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. I think there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of tyre drivers by the end of this one, isn't it? Because it's about concentration, isn't it? And with safety cars extending this race time as well, we're going to see a lot more mistakes towards the end of the race, which I can attest to because I crashed out with 4 laps to go. So we're now beyond the safety car once again. Then I doubt anyone's going to come in the pits from the top. And Double then out of the race, and he's go, and that's a shame for Double because this is a race where Double would really put a lot of points into his account then. So that's a big blow. Is that we have got problems in the back again then, as Gaz and I think Gaz and Mason have come to blows then. Is there damage there on either cars then? Just take a look then. I think Mason is staying out luckily, but Asdog is coming into the pits there. Let's see then what Asdog. So I think has he damaged the wing then? I didn't see an end plate on the left hand side. We're on board then for Asdog then, as this is not what. Not part of the plan now. He's only just come out of the pits on the medium tyres, hasn't he? Let's see them. And they have a wing waiting for him, and he's also got a 5-second penalty as well. So at least he serves this as well then, so he doesn't have 5 seconds added on to his race time then. But yeah, that's a wing. That was an unscheduled stop there for us. So he's damaged the nose cone there, and now then he's come back out as well. Maxi then is just in front, and Val is still quite a long way back at the moment there, down in 16th position. Asdog then might be the referee between Maxi and Val, because they've had a lot of interest and stuff. And Asdog's crossed the line again then. Oh goodness me then, and I think that's a lot of frustration there from the former Grand Prix winner in IRC. Goodness me then, it's not going too well, is it, for Asdog here tonight? Remember, he won this race last season, didn't he? Asdog did. Of course, it was a brilliant strategy call, and he is down in 15th position. We ain't even at half distance yet, so there's definitely a lot of things to still come in this race, and so do not count out Asdog in this situation then. But he's got an awful lot of work to do. are on board then with a sprint at the moment. And of course, he is the nameless sprint tonight, isn't it? Along with Hogg. As for some reason, their names have disappeared there, which I've got to say have tripped me up a couple of times tonight there. But yeah, at the moment, he is leading the race there. He's won a race before, hasn't he? He won the Monaco Grand Prix, didn't he? In a very impressive style, didn't he? Which was back in round 8, wasn't it? If I'm not very much. Yeah, it was round 8. Goodness me. He had the fast lap as well, didn't he? Sprint did. And of course, Matt completed that historic 1-2 for the AlphaTauri team as well. And oh no! As now Maxi has got a 5-second penalty for severe collision as Azdog damages his car. Then let's take a look. Then I don't think he has. So let's just no, Azdog's all right then. The safety car, I don't think it's in this lap. Let's take a look. Nope, the lights are still on then. As we're just waiting for Val and JJ to just come up behind the safety car, and we'll be back green then with in the next lap or two. Then goodness me, then there's a lot of 5-second penalties that are going to be added to the times here tonight, isn't there? As there's a lot of incidents and accidents in this one so far. I do love an action-packed racing. Goodness me, I have got it in the abundance here tonight. Fantastic indeed it is. Right then, let's take stock, shall we? Because we're halfway through this race then. If anyone's got good memory, then hopefully you can remind me how this standings goes at the half. This is 50% of the way there. Is Sprint who's leading this race then with Steve in second position there at the moment. And as those two haven't come in the pits just yet. Matt, who has been in the pits there, he is on medium tyres. He's in third position. Roscoe in fourth position with T-Sam in fifth and Timmy in sixth position. All hard tyres there. Fizzy in the seventh position. Azdog is out of the race. What has gone on here? And oh dear, and that's not good at all, is it, for Azdog? And what is happening? Is that down in I'm trying to look to see where his car is. I think I don't think it's in the pits. So Azdog is out of this race somewhere. I don't even know where he's gone now. And unless he came in the pits to retire, perhaps. But I didn't see him there because I'm not too sure, to be honest. But anyway, then that's such a shame then for us. He had a bit of a nightmare race, hasn't he? And that's such a shame. And the man who won this race last season as well. Into the pits comes JJ. He's now back out of the pits now. Resistix also is in the pits as well. So JJ back out on those hard tyres there. Those hard tyres should get to the end there. Where was I? Yeah, Fizzy in 7th position there with Hogg in 8th position there. Gaz in 9th position on 10 lap at medium tyres there. Mason in 10th position there, just inside the points. Good stuff indeed. Snap just outside the points in 11th position. He's on the new hard tyres there. PB in 12th position. Maxi down in 13th position. He's had an incident-packed race, hasn't he? 14th position as well. Him and Maxi are really too close for comfort this time around, aren't they? With 13th and 14th. Rizzlesticks 15th position, and 16th is JJ. Retirements is Azdog and Double, both out of the race. And we've seen here the Double had issues there as Rizzlesticks may have gone to the back of him under DRS then. And we've also had Azdog. We were not sure what happened to Azdog, but he is out of the race as well then. And just now we're watching Sprint, and he is going to be waiting for race control to say the race is back on then, as JJ is still behind them. But I think we're a 5-second penalty. Oh gosh, as there's a 5-second penalty there, as snappers are on board there, and 5-second penalty there for PB as well. There's collisions at the back then. And let's see, when is Sprint going to go? Remember last time, I think it was Timmy. It was Timmy there, and there is Bernheim, and they're coming into the pits now. The safety car safety car restart wasn't very good for Timmy last time around. Look at Steiner! Steiner is just side by side of it. That is not where Sprint wants him to be, is it? And look at this as well. Matt once again holding back there. He wants a slingshot. And now we're back racing here in back of them. Where is the safety car? It is gone then. And I think that's a better restart indeed then. Good stuff indeed then. And here we go then, down into turn 1 then. The leaders as it is then. As Snapford dropping down the order quite quickly. Then there's TV and T7 coming to blows. And Roscoe's got past, and Snapford's going into the pits there and speeding in the pits. Well, Maxi has gone up to 11th there. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And a yellow flag in 1 as T-Sam is the wrong way round. Oh no, the world champion is the wrong way round. Oh goodness gracious me, and this is absolutely incredible here in Baku as well. Oh gosh there, and so just watching Roscoe. Matt is now Timmy's on the outside of Matt then. And I'm wondering who hit T-Sammy. Timmy and T-Sammy were very close to each other, weren't they? I'm just surmising here, but unless T-Sammy lost on his own then, but I'll be surprised about that. But goodness me then, this is not being very good at all. Mason's now as a gas. Oh, there's damage there. That's Maxi who's had issues there with the back of the McLaren. And I think that it's a Ferrari. That's all I know. know. That's all I know. But he hasn't even got damage. I don't think it's Gaz who's got damage. That's Gaz who's got damage. Maxi's back over to 8th position then. So goodness me, and that safety car has really come into the fruition now for the Ferrari driver. And we're on board with him now. And of course, he is the championship leader. And after a very difficult race, this bit. Oh goodness me, and Hogg and Fizzy have come to blows as well. And Hogg there is reversed and back on the track there. And look at this. And Fizzy hasn't got damage then, but Hogg there. That looked a bit of a daylight and a dollar short maneuver there for me. Is Hogg tried to overtake there in turn 15. It's very difficult at the best of times, isn't it, on your own, let alone trying to overtake a car. Oh dear then, so that's not good at all. Hogg is right down to 13th position now as well. Fizzy there is going to be feeling the hot breath of Maxi. Now he sees him in his mirrors and he is through. And Fizzy has damage, I think, because he shouldn't be coming in the pits, and there is damage on that Mercedes. Oh no, Fizzy is going to be a very unhappy chappy about that, isn't he? And he is from a potential podium here, remember, because there's a lot that can happen. And Maxi is back up in the 6th position there. And I gotta say, I think the guys at the front are gonna be rubbing their eyes, aren't they? T Sammy is also in the pits as well, and so the issues for T Sammy at turn 2 then. He is coming into the pits then, and I didn't see the damage there, but we also got McLaren in the pits, and we've got Hogg in the pits as well. As the mechanics are very much earning their bucks here tonight, aren't they? He's on the medium tires at the end of the race, so the world champion is back at the front then. So we've now got Sprint, who hasn't gone in the pits, nor Steve either then. And so who's in the box seats then on lap 15? I have no earthly idea. It's been an absolutely action-packed race, hasn't it? Goodness me, there's drama all the way, isn't there? We haven't got a laugh yet without some kind of drama. It's been brilliant. Roscoe, I think, is in the box seats at the moment there, but of course that is of course I could be completely wrong, which I normally am, but Roscoe at the moment has pitted. He is on the hard tires till the end of this race then. Martin, I think, had a bit of a difficult start into the safety cars, and he's dropped down a few positions. He was in 3rd, he's now dropped down into 5th then, and now he's got the charge in. Maxi, who's in 6th position, he should Matt is in the wall. Has he damaged the wall? Has he damaged the car? I think it was just a glancing blow from the AlphaTauri, but yeah, that's not good. That's going to really entice the world championship leader, which is Maxi. Here he comes as well. Look, there's Matt there, and then we got Matt with double slipstream here. Oh my goodness, I feel that Ferrari is going to spin there. I don't think will Maxi take 6th position at this moment? I gotta say, I'm very intrigued then, really. DRS has been in it. We haven't had much of the DRS yet this race, have we? As we've had safety cars galore, it's been epic. Maxi has also set the fastest lap of the race, and we're on board then with the World Championship leader. Mason is in the pits after only 6 laps, and so Mason, unfortunately, he would have been going to the end as well, and so that's a huge blow there for Mason, isn't it? Rizzle Sticks is now in 8th position as well, and Cameron Sticks stay out of trouble. He is not coming in the pits either, unless he has damage, so no more scheduled stops is left in the in Rizzle Sticks' race strategy plan then. Roscoe has dropped back to a second then, because it's now Steve and it's now Sprint, now it's Steve and Sprint now who are going to be head to head for the battle for the race lead at the moment then. Roscoe, though, I think it's going to be feeling very happy with how this race is playing out at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? With 10 laps to go here in Baku. Goodness me, it's been a frantic race. It really has. I know, we're only on lap 16. I am absolutely struggling. We've had a great qualifying, and now we've had a great race as well. And well, there's been a lot of incidents, hasn't there? And I feel that there's going to be a lot of reviews after this race, isn't it? But of course, from an entertainment spectacle, it's been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? Goodness me! But of course, there's been some very there's going to be a lot of very angry drivers. I've already heard from Double Antwi. He was furious, wasn't he, in the chat? As look at this, as Matt is really struggling to slow the car down in turn 15, and this time Max is going to take advantage there. He passes Matt. Oh, does he? No, because look at this, there's rubbing wheels there. Oh my gosh, they're going to be side by side through the very quick part of the track. I think Matt bailed out of that one as he is going for the slipstream here. Oh, he had to correct the car, didn't he? As he was having a lot of understeer, wasn't he? Look at this, how he's right underneath the rear wing of Maxi, but Maxi's just pulling away there, isn't he? He's got a very slippery car, Maxi has. This is with DRS as well. Goodness me, Maxi is absolutely flying down the straight. It's Matt going to have a look, though. It's Matt going to have a look. He's setting up the inside. Oh my word there. But Maxi shuts the door. Great driving from both of them there. As Maxi said he was coming there and just judged it to absolute perfection there. Good stuff indeed there. Fizzy is now all over the back of PB as well, going into turn 1. Fizzy on the medium tires. PB is on the medium tires. Wow, these should be going to the end. So both these two are going to the end then. So this is a race for position. Oh, PB's gone a bit deep there into turn 2 and has really hurt his momentum there. And now then Fizzy as we're on board now as well. Fastest up there for an unknown driver, which I think is Hogg. And now then Fizzy fizzes up the inside, passes PB, and moves into 9th position then. We got a bit of a queue now. It is Mason who's just come out of the pits and was snapped, and we have got Hog who is absolutely lining out the timesheets on those soft tyres there. And of course, Diego getting a bonus point just yet. With 9 seconds back from this is T. Sammy. We didn't see what happened to him, but he was spinning. He was facing the wrong way, wasn't he? Down in turn number 2. Unfortunately for T. Sammy, he would need a safety car winning, I think, to get any major points from this race then, which is a big blow for the defending world champion then. So it seems like all the champions, all the championship contenders apart from Steve has been in the wars today, aren't they? But Maxi is navigating himself up into 5th position. That just shows you should never give up, and I think T. Sammy is a man that doesn't give up either, does he? So can he though? He might need a bit of a reprieve though, doesn't he, if he wants to get some major points from here on in though. And they're on board then with Roscoe, as it looks like Steve is now starting to struggle slightly on those hard tyres. He's almost got double the life of Roscoe in terms of those tyres. And look at how much sprint is, lap sprint is done on those medium tyres. So that just underlines that those medium tyres go a very long way. And the sprint is actually doing a fantastic job. I reckon that Steve and sprint are going on the soft tyres now to the end of this race then. And it's going to get very interesting as Mason has got past JJ in the very fast part of the circuit. And Lovely 17, we're on board there. Look at Snapper, he's got so much momentum there. JJ is going to get off to the front. Oh, and they come to blows there on the straight as well. But I think Snapper is just going to be, he's like, look at that. My goodness me, Snapper's in the, oh, gets contact. Hog is going to the back of JJ. Oh, goodness me, JJ was coming into the pit. Hog there, Hog just, I think he was trying to slipstream, I'm not sure. T. Tabby has set the fastest up of the race then. And, oh dear, I think that might be a bit of miscommunication there from Hog and JJ perhaps in his, because it's a very interesting pit in here, isn't it? Goodness me. Oh, look at that, Max is getting so close to the wall, isn't he? We're on board then, as I now start a queue before him behind Steve. He is struggling at this stage of proceedings, and this is allowing Sprint now to really sprint away. Fantastic. And so he's expecting Sprint to be showing this stage, not Steve, but look at this. Steve is really struggling, isn't he? And look, I think Sprint will be struggling as well. Actually, there's 8 laps to go, and how many laps can the soft tyres do? I would say not very many. Then 8 laps don't sound like a lot, but around here it's a bit of a marathon, isn't it? In the background, you see Matt as well, who is in a very strong 6th position with 2 cars in front of him that still needs to pit in the terms of Steve and his team as well. Look at this queue of cars, and we're going to have a quadruple DRS train here, aren't we? And look at this side as well. Roscoe is gaining as Steve going to come in the pits. No, he hasn't. So Roscoe is going to make the manoeuvre on the outside into turn 1. Then he is on the outside. He needs to make hay. What's the sun is shining? Oh, and look at this. So Steve is not good up there. That is allowing Timmy on the inside. Roscoe is having to defend the inside then. And look at this. And they're all condensing now. And Maxi's also all over the back as well. Fantastic, isn't it? Look at this now. We got once again. Then we got another quadruple slipstream, haven't we? Steve there is not yielding, though, is he? Of course, he can't yield it because it's all about the race time, isn't it? Because Steve is going to have to make hay as the sun is shining. Where those are soft tyres, isn't it? As we're now coming into turn number 4 as well, accelerating away. Oh gosh, Matt has actually gained a heap of time there, almost a second there, 8/10 of a second on the first intermediate split time alone. Into the pits, there comes Hog then, as Hog has damaged his car on the back of JJ, lap 19 out of 26 here. Oh, Roscoe there, got to say, was almost cutting the corner there, but goodness me, he's absolutely precise, isn't he, Roscoe? It's Roscoe potentially staring at maybe his first race in the season then, but Maxi there, of course, is on the fresher tyres, on the medium tyres, of course, then, but of course the harder tyres will last longer though, so it does depend on how long those medium tyres can last. But 18 laps though for Sprint now. It's been absolutely a mammoth stint here. Sprint on a mammoth 18 lap medium tyre. It's absolutely mega stuff indeed then, so well done to Sprint then. And I gotta say, the way he's keeping those tyres in range is fantastic. Look at that, Matt is within range as well now. Matt, is he going to be able to get into DRS range? I think he was just out of the detection zone there, unfortunately. He might be able to get DRS and down the second DRS straight as well. So JJ is in the pits once again then. So JJ there is now on the soft tyres. They're on board into the pits. Oh my goodness me, that is, of course we've seen that already then. Look at this, and now Max, he's going to go up the inside. He is having a second with the shorty. No, he isn't, because Timmy is trying to come to defend the line. Oh, did Timmy go in the wall there? He hasn't damaged the nose cone. Maxi is up into second position then. Now his next target is the race leader, Roscoe. What a maneuver, what a race there for Maxi. Fantastic stuff there from the championship leader. Val up into 5th position then. Rizzlesticks up into a 5-6 then. Fizzy 7th. We have got Sprint and Steve 8th and 9th in this race. PB is in 10th position as well. And, well, who can call this race? Who can call this race? Matt is also back within striking distance as well then. He is on the medium tires, exactly the same tire as Maxi. So Matt might be able to get a podium here, mightn't he? And he is really now starting to become on the front foot as well, because look, Timmy is now less than half a second away from him. Oh gosh, and so we're on lap 20 out of 26 then. We're through the castle section. Look at the sun blazing in the sky then. As JJ, there's yellow flags fluttering in front of us. Fizzy is now going to have to defend his thing, because here comes the charge in. Soft tyre is a soft runner set as well. As now Timmy, look at that. Timmy is out of DRS, and so he's really drawn back then from the race leaders now, which is Roscoe, which is Maxi as well then. Maxi has had a horrific race. Is he going to settle for second here, or is he going to go for the win? He's got the momentum underneath him as well. And remember, this could be 7 points gained, rather, if he overtakes Roscoe, or it could be 7 points lost. So if he tries to go for it and something happens there, so there is a lot at stake, isn't it, for Maxi? Roscoe is not going to give up this one without a fight, I don't think he will, because he'll be aiming for his first race win of the season. And look, Matt is now side by side with Timmy. He passes Timmy, and you can see then he has already passed, as Matt's got a very slippery car in a straight line. He's back in the third, Matt is, and he's back on the podium then. His strongest performance. Remember, he had a good race in Monaco. He loves Baku, doesn't he? And he's loving it here tonight as well. Fizzy then is Sprint has passed Fizzy. He is up into 8th position. And what about Steezy going to have a lunge there down the inside? Not quite then, as that gap, that door was always closed. I think Steve, Fizzy's at the wall. I was just pulling away, and he is at the wall. He's damaged the car. Oh, Fizzy has damaged the car. He was looking so good, was there, a couple of laps ago. And PB is in the pits. I'm surprised PB's coming in the pits, and unless he's made a mistake in the Haas, because that's a shame now, because I didn't feel that he was going to get to the, he was going to be able to get to the end there on those medium tires, and so that's a big shame now for PB. And T-Sammy is now only 4 seconds away from point set. So T-Sammy might be able to get a point or two then to salvage them. So Maxi, who was staring in the abyss, wasn't he? And really there was on the back foot, and how he's back up into second position. Absolutely brilliant 17th then. An awful day for the championship leader, and somehow he's still in second then. Oh, goodness me, that's absolutely fantastic. It really is. Now Riz6 is really putting the pressure on Val. So we've got both Ferraris in the top 6. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Can Rizzlestick stay there and keep those points? And he's got two soft, short cars behind him of Steve and Sprint as well. Lovely shot here from the Helicam as well. And where are those two cars? Look, we got the red car chasing after the dark blue one. And we've just 5 laps to go. And look at this. And you can really see the slipstream effect. There's a car in front as well. I wonder if Roscoe's got DRS. No, he hasn't. As JJ is just too far in front then. Now look, then is once again, then Roscoe, I think, is saving up a lot of energy, isn't he, in the look at this, Timmy is back past Matt then, as a matter is trying to go on the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact then, and these wings really see now how fragile they are then. Matt's having a look at the turn 2 then. Timmy then giving him just about enough space then, and into 6th position goes Sprint then, and we got this battle again then. Look at this, they're going very close, and Matt is back through, he's back past Timmy, and he's back in the 3rd position as well. Maxi is on the inside, he passes Roscoe and takes the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and that's a change of lead. Then we've also got Sprint getting past Val as well, and we got Steve who's got past Rizzle6. Mason is up to 9th position. We've got Fizzy who's just coming out of the pits as well. We got a new race leader, and his name is Maxi on lap 22 out of 26, and splendid stuff indeed. Ooh. And we're on board Roscoe then, and I've got to say, there was an unusual place to overtake, wasn't it? So Maxi, well, I'm wondering then, Maxi knew, he felt in that Roscoe then, with saving up so much earth on the rest of the lot, that he had to go bold. He went bold, didn't he? And goodness me, it was a good, well, we've seen the end of it, just coming out of turn 3 and into turn 4, as we got a McLaren in the pro. Well, oh, it's Gaz who's had issues there. Oh, Gaz had some issues out in the McLaren, and he's doing a 3-point turn then at turn 2, as he's trying to get out there, and yellow flag is still fluttering, and he should get out of the way. He should get out without a safety car field then, but Gaz then has unfortunately dropped down to 50th position as well. The T Sammy now is all on the back of Mason here, and T7 now is going to be up into 9th position then. Oh goodness me, but I feel that that gap was always going to be close. Look, there's Fizzy! Oh my word there! And yellow flag as we got yellow flags as JJ is out of the race. We've also got a second yellow flag for the McLaren of Gas as well. So having issues as fast as up for the race set by Hog of who is it? I think it's actually Sprint. It is Sprint, isn't it? He's up in the 5th position. Look at this. Steve's on the inside. He's got damage. Steve has on the Haas, but he should be. Oh my goodness, we have Rizzle 6 going right off there into the car park at turn 1. And Val's got damage as well on the Mercedes, and he is down into 7th position. Steve is up into 6th then as well. And Roscoe's still within earshot of Alzog's after session. It's still in earshot then of Maximum, and he's still in DRS then coming into the twilight of this race then. Brilliant stuff indeed then from anyone who makes it to the end of this race. I've got to say, they all deserve something, don't they? Of course, the points go down to 10th position, don't they? Mason in the pits, and what a shame for Mason then. He was on course to get some major points for the race and point and for himself, but he's coming in the pits there. He's changing tyres. He's on the medium tyres to the end of the race then as well. On board then with Timmy, and one of the hard tyres is now swinging back in the direction of Timmy and Roscoe then, because medium tyres at Maxi and Matt are on then. We did see Sprint going such a long way on those medium tyres earlier, didn't we? And the Sprint is only 4 seconds behind now. Steve is carrying damage then. I don't think Steve is going to be a factor in the final stage of this race then, but Sprint might be about to break the heart of his teammate and Timmy in the battle for 3rd and 4th position. Oh goodness me, there's Roscoe there. He hasn't got DRS and he's in a second, but he wasn't within a second when he crossed the DRS detection line as well. So Maxi is still leading this race. I have no earthly idea who's got the fast lap. I think it might be Sprint actually in 5th position. Timmy is back past, and Matt has dropped down into a 4th position as well, as this battle has become one for the ages, isn't it, between Timmy and Matt then for battle for the final podium as well. But these guys are these guys going to have to work together and see if they can see if one of these guys go get on the podium, or will Matt there well, it does depend, doesn't it? Because Matt has been very much a team player this year for the AlphaTauri, and they are leading the constructors, and as it says, they will still remain in the lead of the constructors as well, as the Alfa Romeo are second in the constructors, but they're only scoring 2 points today, with T Sammy down in 9th position then, and of course Ferrari in 3rd position. But this is going to be a good day for Ferrari, but I don't think they're going to get into second at the end of this race, unfortunately. Now then, Matt then is just coming through then the chicane as well. Sprint is now only 3. There he is in the background. You keep seeing a white nose in the background. Now it's Sprint, and he is really catching up to the back of these guys. Quite consecutively now. He is just marching on. Look at this, down to is under 3 seconds now. Is the Sprint there he is there. There he's in the glass of the nose cone there, and look at this. You keep seeing a flash of the white nose cone. He's down to less than 2 seconds. Wow, those soft tyres are absolutely in the perfect working range. Matt is dropping back from Timmy now, isn't he? As Timmy is starting to spread his wings, isn't he? DRS detection zone is coming up then on this straight now then. So, Matt's gone wide then, and he is almost half a second away. No, he is half a second away then. The yellow flag then is Val is off. Val's off. There's a Ferrari going in him. Oh my goodness, Val then is off. We got a late sting in the tail then, and he's got a problem there, hasn't he? Look, he's turning right into a left-hander there. So there's a problem steering down on that Mercedes. Oh, what a shameful Val. He's got a puncture. Val's got a puncture. He's done 17 laps on those hard tyres. I wonder if that puncture is sending spin off. Roscoe and Timmy have done about the same amount of lappage as Val. Oh my goodness me then. And this is not good at all. Look, oh good, he's in a very dangerous part of the circle, isn't he? So he's trying to keep control there and get all the way there. Timmy's going to get T-Sam's going to get another competition there. He's now on 8 points there. T-Sam is as you can see then the physically can see his teammate there struggling back to the pits, and more shameful foul, and Snap could potentially get into the points as well here as well. The yellow flag is down in turn 1 then. It's briefly come and gone then, as I'm not sure who is for them, but yeah, briefly come and went then. And yeah, Val then he's done a lot of laps on those hard tyres then. We got to keep an eye on Timmy, and we got to keep an eye on Roscoe as well. He's also got a 5-second penalty. He's on the soft tyres until the end of the race, and Snap is back into the top 10 then. Good stuff indeed there for Snap then, of course, keeping his head whilst everyone around is losing theirs. Good stuff indeed then. We've also got Mason, who's alongside PB. He's past PB and up into 12th position then. And here's the battle for the lead once again. Then 1.3 seconds then separates Maxi and Roscoe then. And I think that I wonder, is Matt going to let his teammate Boylan? His teammate does have the tires to go after Timmy, but Timmy is a second and a half in front now. As you can see, the dark clouds are gathering, but they should not be a problem then towards the end of this race. And this absolutely buckles it down in a Malaysian, of course, the Malaysian style. And then I think we should be okay. But look at this. I don't think Matt might not even have an answer then. Look at this. There's a sprinters passing Matt, and he moves up in the fourth position. Now his next target is that orange McLaren. Can sprint then get his 8th podium of the season then in 14 races. Then that's over a 50% strike rate. Fantastic stuff there from Sprint, and really making the soft tyres work there. Of course, the danger about those soft tyres though is whether you get damaged or not. And unfortunately, Steve did get damaged and will only be 6 today. Unfortunately, then Riddlesticks in a fantastic 7th then. He is on course for the first points of his career then, but he does have T, Sammy and Fizzy catching him there. Does he? Can he keep his head with just less than a lap to go then for the Ferrari drivers? He approaches turn 1. Lovely jubbly indeed then. I don't know, just on board then with Maxi, the race leader. But look at this, Roscoe is just trying to have one more lap there to see if he can get past Maxi. Maxi hasn't sprinted away then, but I think he might be just taking it easy on these medium tires. And they've done 15 laps, haven't they, Maxi has? But Maxi, I got to say, has been absolutely impressive today, hasn't he? Really has. He was involved in a couple of skirmishes with Val, wasn't he, in turn 1 there, and somehow he is back in the lead, isn't he, as well? But Roscoe is really trying to put pressure on Maxi with just a couple of corners to go. As Roscoe, they're getting a bit squirrely. They're coming out of turn 15, and now then I'm wondering then, is Maxi got any penalties? He did have a 5-second penalty, which he served, didn't he, in the pit stop, didn't he? And now then, as Maxi there is coming through there, he has had 5 pole positions this season, but this is going to be his 6th race win and his 9th podium of the season as well. Maxi comes through to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Fantastic. No! Roscoe wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Maxi did have a 5-second penalty, and Roscoe wins. Timmy is 2nd, sprinting for a position. Maxi in 4th, and Matt is in 5th position. And I thought he did. I wasn't sure if he had a 5-second penalty, but Roscoe that's his first race win of the season. Steve in 6th position. 7th position there is it's T Sammy there going into the barrier. We have got Riddlesticks there, who's also going to be celebrating. But look, Fizzy's also behind him. This might be a dead heat. We're on board. It's Robbie Ross, like a Bottas and Stroll. And we're going to the line. Is he going to pitch it? He has. The Timmy T Sammy 7th, Riddlesticks 8th, and Fizzy in 9th position. Snap is going to come through, and a very, very strong 10th position as well for Snap. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Oh yeah, so so good drive there from Snap there. He does have a 5-second penalty though. Is Hunt going to be able to strike whilst with Snap on a 5-second penalty? The gap is 7.7 seconds. It wasn't enough though. And Mason in 12th position, Val in the 13th position. I think punks that really cost them, didn't it? With PB in 14th position. But the man of the race is this man here. It is Roscoe. He wins his first race of the season. What a drive for Roscoe! And I'm wondering then if Roscoe. I wonder if Roscoe even knew about the penalty then perhaps, but what a drive, but the drive of the day, and I think that is well deserved, isn't it? Yes, Roscoe won his first race of the season, but Riddlesticks with the first point of his season as well. What an epic race that was indeed then. And there he is, Roscoe on top 7 of the podium for the Red Bull team then. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Whew. I'm going to just sit back and relax now and just enjoy the champagne and all 3 of those men have been in wars today, haven't they, in some kind or another there. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Roscoe won his first race of the of his season. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then for Roscoe. 2nd position was Timmy. 3rd position was Sprint. Maxi in 4th in the end, and he had a 5-second penalty. Matt in 5th position. Steve in 6th. We have T Sammy, who does have a 5-second penalty, so he will be dropping. So that's 5 seconds added on then, and he will be dropping down to 9th, I believe then. So it's Riddlesticks 7th, Fizzy in 8th then, T Sammy in 9th, Sprint is in at 10th position then. Outside the points, Hagen 11th, Mason 12th, PB 13th, Val in 14th, Gaz is in 15th. Retirements is JJ, Azdog and Double, all retired from this epic Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And how was there only 3 retirements is beyond me. It was drama after drama. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Then I'm just lost for words. It's been an absolutely brilliant race. I really enjoyed that one. Cracking stuff from start to finish. It was amazing. Frank saying great race, great commentary as well. And I can't say it was a great race, wasn't it? Yes, there was a lot of incidents and accidents, wasn't there? But I enjoyed it. So yes. Oh. Right then, let's talk about next week, shall we? Of course, it is the home of motorsport and the home of British motorsport as well. It is the British Grand Prix, round 15 of the IRC season 8. It has been absolutely epic, really was indeed. Gareth saying that was fun to drive in. It was even better to watch. So I suggest you watch this race when you guys can, because that was epic, top-notch stuff indeed. Then, but yes, the next race of the season is at the home of British motorsport. It's the British Grand Prix in a week's time. We'll see you there. Goodbye.